The views expressed on Talk Real Solutions, hosted by Tyrone Thompson at talkrealsolutions.com, are the views of Tyrone Thompson and do not reflect the views of talkrealsolutions.com, YouTube, or etc. The content here belongs to Talk Real Solutions and its many contributors. Views and opinions expressed by all contributors belong to them and not talkrealsolutions.com or Tyrone Thompson, the host, or etc. All data and information provided on the site is for informational purposes only. Talk Real Solutions makes no representations as to accuracy, completeness, correctness, suitability, or validity of any information on this site and will not be liable for any errors, omissions, or delays in this information or any losses, injuries, or damages arising from its display or use. All information is provided on an as-is basis.
All right. Welcome to the show. This is Talk Real Solutions, and I am your host tonight. And I want to thank you for tuning in. Today is, what is today? July the 17th, 2025. And if you want to join the conversation, all you have to do is call the number at 1-717-908-1834 and hit the participant code at 917-324. And I'll get you on the mic. All right, so what's up, y'all? What's going on? I can't help but hear about what's going on with the Trump administration for the past couple of weeks. It is crazy. And I'll explain to you why I can't trust any of these MAGA people that are now all of a sudden, waking up. I wouldn't trust them no further than I can throw them. What's up, MJ? I wouldn't trust them no further than I can throw them. And I'll explain to you why. But in the meantime, and in between time, everybody and their brother is talking about what we already knew, how disgusting and evil and devious this sexual predator, this pedo that Donald Trump is. Everybody is talking about that, and hell, it's about time. I remember over 10 years ago when I first started this show, I put up some court documents when Donald Trump was allegedly had did something to this 13-year-old, and it was in the court documents. It was right there. And I couldn't for the life of me understand why that wasn't the downfall of this man. I mean, the records are out there. The records are out there on how disgusting this guy is. And the way he ended up to be the president is just that's even more disgusting. Because the people that voted for him, the people that put him in the office, those people, whether you agree with me or not, I know it to be true, those people don't like people that look like me. That's why Donald Trump is the president. Because of racism. There is you can use whatever excuse you want about the economy and him being a businessman and him trying to cut costs. No. That ain't got shit to do with why Donald Trump is the president. The reason that he's the president because this country is racist. This country dislikes black people. And they wanted to put somebody in place that wasn't afraid to say the quiet part out loud, and that was Donald Trump. They wanted somebody in place that was openly supportive of these extremist racists in this damn country. That's why he's the president. And if you don't start right there, then you're missing the whole damn thing. Like I see a lot of conversations about Donald Trump and him being um, how can I say, with his relationship towards Putin. You know, people saying that that's another way of leading, or his relationship, or his decision on these tariffs, or whatever. You know, that ain't got shit to do with why Donald Trump is president. Donald Trump is an idiot, as you can see, with his foreign relationships. He don't know what the fuck he's doing. The world leaders are laughing at him. He's a fucking idiot. He don't know anything about the economy. That's why he keep crashing the goddamn stock market, because he don't know nothing about the economy. That's why prices are sky high, because he's allowing billionaires to just, without any regulations, run up the price of fucking goods and services in this damn country. He don't give a fuck. That's why rent is so goddamn high, because the billionaires are in charge now. He don't care. He don't know how to govern. He don't know how to lead. That's just a fact. So none of that ain't got shit to do with why he's president. The reason that he's president is because, first of all, Barack Obama was president, and white America got scared. I can't put it no simpler than that. And I know I put it in plain terms, but that's what the hell it is. When Barack Obama became president, the right Republicans scared the shit out of the rest of the white America, and they said, if y'all allow this to continue, if you allow black people to keep ruling over you, they're going to put you in the same predicament we put them in. And that's the fear that got Donald Trump to be president. Nigga, why was prices so high on the... Okay, ABC, you're a retarded motherfucker. This is what I want you to do. This is what I want you to do, ABC. I want you to explain to me why you support Donald Trump. Okay? I want you to explain to me why you support Donald Trump, and I want you to explain to me why you listen to a motherfucker that say this.
They're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country, and it's a shame.
And I want you
the people on television say my dog was taken and used for food. So take it.
And I want you to explain to me why you be rubbing yourself listening to this song.
Oh my God, I will vote. I will vote for Donald Trump. Oh my God, I will vote. I will vote. I will vote for Donald Trump. The people go out to vote, no fear, no more. No more.
So you do that while I do this, okay? So all that other dumb shit that you talking about, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you. You talking about prices were high up under Biden. Nigga, Biden brought the prices down. Inflation went down up under Biden. Jobs were created up under Biden. He put legislation into place, the infrastructure bill, to create jobs in this country. You clearly are brainwashed because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So back to what the hell I was saying. And until you just use your goddamn Google fingers to Google, you can find out what I just said. Everything that I just said is true. And Donald Trump, on the other hand, added fucking goddamn, what was it, $4 trillion to the deficit with this bill that he just passed? Hold on. How much did Trump's bill add to the deficit? Hold on. We'll find out right here in a second. $3.4 trillion. $3.4 trillion is what you voted for. You voted for your children and your grandkids and their kids and your great grandkids to pay off the fucking goddamn debt for rich, nasty, pedophile motherfuckers like Donald Trump can have more money. That's what the fuck you voted for. So all of this you and Sarge, since I see Sarge up in that motherfucker, you and Sarge, this is what I don't want to hear y'all say shit about Democrats. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it until you can explain to me the reason behind them passing such a big goddamn bloated bill and how it's going to help the American people. Y'all need to shut the fuck up. For real. Because y'all don't know what the fuck you're talking about. At this point, you don't know what the fuck I knew you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, but you don't know what you're talking about. So, what the hell was I saying? Donald Trump is a goddamn. Hold on. Y'all done made me lose. You done made me lose my place. I will vote for Donald Trump. Okay, so everybody's talking about the sexual the sexual behavior of the predator, child predator, Epstein and Donald Trump. That's what's in the news right now. It's all over the goddamn place. And as a matter of fact, speaking to you, ABC, one of your goals, supposedly, and Sarge's goals, was to get these pedophiles off the damn street, right? Y'all wanted to expose all of these child fucking molestation pedophiles. That's what y'all said the Democrats was doing, right? And let me just say right up front, if, and I know that there is, any Democrats involved in pedophilia, they need to burn under the goddamn jail. I'm not going to protect no motherfuckers. But unlike you and Sarge, y'all are protecting pedophiles. That is a fact. You guys are protecting pedophilia. That is one of the things that you guys argued against. That is with your QAnon conspiracy theories, talking about them eating baby blood and had this special kind of chemicals in infants and all this kind of bullshit. Y'all said that y'all wanted all of that shit exposed. That's what y'all said. So now all of a sudden, when it's time for y'all to expose the elite and their pedophile ring, all of a sudden Trump is trying to hide the evidence. The motherfucker that you voted for, the person that you supported, is protecting the pedophiles. So what that tell me about y'all? What that tell me about y'all?
They're eating the dogs.
That tell me that for the last 10 years, you dumb ass motherfuckers did not know what the fuck, or you probably did. Y'all were so ignorant for 10 motherfucking years. You ignored the damn pedophiles. You supported the damn pedophiles. You gave the pedophiles power. You put them in charge. And you let the pedophiles write the laws and dictate how to protect them damn selves. Look at Pam Bondi saying that there is no list now. You allowed the pedophiles to hide the evidence. That's what the hell you did. You allowed the pedophile to hide the evidence. And then you come on here screaming, the Democrats need to be exposed. The Democrats need to be exposed because, they got child sex rings and Pizzagate. You remember that? They hiding children up under the goddamn restaurant. Pizzagate. Bill Clinton. And if he's a fucking pedophile, lock his fucking old ass up too.
Oh my God, I will vote. I will vote for Donald Trump.
That's y'all theme song. That's y'all theme song right there. I will vote for Donald Trump. That's what the fuck y'all be singing. And look, at this point in time, to be honest with you, there is no question. There is no question about Trump's involvement with Epstein. There's none. There's never been a doubt with me. But what people on the internet are cheering on is these damn stupid ass motherfuckers like ABC and Sarge finally waking up. They're cheering on the fact that they're on Truth Social and they're speaking against Donald Trump. Fuck them. Straight up, fuck them. I don't give a fuck about no damn Trump supporter. I said it over and over again, and I'll continue to say it. I don't give a fuck about, because honestly speaking, those people knew exactly what the hell they was voting for. They knew exactly what the hell they was voting for. Those people knew that when they went to the ballot box, that they was voting against the progression, the progress of black people. They knew that. They knew that they was trying to hold down black people. They knew that. They knew that. And the reason I say I can't ever stand behind promoting MAGA, because I know MAGA wants me dead. MAGA wants to see me swinging at the end of a fucking rope. That's what the fuck MAGA want. And it reminds me, I put up some pictures on the internet. It reminds me of a time in this country when lynching was legal, right? You look at all of these damn people showing up to these goddamn lynchings. All of these damn bankers and librarians and school teachers and everyday workers, the trash men and garbage men. All of these people showing up to these damn lynchings. All of white America showing up to watch a nigga swing at the end of a rope by under a poplar tree. The only difference between MAGA and these motherfucking people right here is that they can't lynch us no more. That's it. That's why they voted for Donald Trump. It wasn't for the economy. It was to keep holding down black Americans. That's why they voted for Donald Trump. That's why you had all the conversations about Black Lives Matter. You had all the conversations about Trayvon Martin. And that's why you had all the conversations about DEI and being woke. All of that was part of this political cycle. That didn't have shit to do with the economy, but what it did do was rile up white America to go to that goddamn ballot box and continue to oppress black people in this country. That's why you have the gutting of affirmative action. That's why you see when Donald Trump got in office, all he did was trying to roll back history as he got rid of civil rights leaders and memorials and pictures out of the White House and changing the damn policy. That's why you see him change the fucking military bases name back to fucking Confederate generals. That's what this fucking vote was for. So as this Epstein thing gets exposed, and these MAGA people of all of a sudden have woke up and figured out Donald Trump was a pedophile, fuck them motherfuckers. Fuck them. Now, if they want to vote Democrat, they can, but I ain't finna kiss their ass. I'm not gonna, we need them. Well, fuck them. No, we don't. We need them just like we need these motherfuckers standing in these damn lynching pictures. That's how much we need now. That's how I feel. That's how we need them. Just like we need these white motherfuckers standing at the end of these damn ropes, looking up at dead black bodies swinging. That's how much we need fucking MAGA. Fuck MAGA. MAGA is the same motherfuckers as is in these damn pictures. They can say whatever the fuck they want to say. That's their bloodline. We always talk about heritage and ancestors in the black community, and we feel the spirit of our ancestors and all that kind of shit. Well, flip that shit around. And you got to understand that they got heritage, and they got ancestors, and they got spirits that they feel from their goddamn ancestors, and it's carried over into 2025 in the form of MAGA. You want to talk about the lynching parties back in the day? Well, what in the fuck do you think Donald Trump and his damn bill gave all of that money to ICE for? To carry out legal lynchings on the streets in the United States of America in 2025. Look at the damn videos. Watch ICE roll up on their horsebacks and go into these places and to just handcuff people and beat them in the goddamn streets. That's the same shit that's been going on. And who the fuck do you think ICE is? Do you think that ICE is somebody that went through some type of valid police training? Got qualified to be ICE? No. It's these same motherfuckers in this picture that was riding horsebacks, knocking on our fucking ancestors' doors, dragging us out in the goddamn streets, burning and lynching us, and chopping off our fucking fingers and toes. Uh-oh. I don't know. Maybe I hope that I didn't. Let me close this picture down. I hope I'm still online. Y'all let me know in the chat if I'm still online. Cause and that's another thing that's another reason why I hope I'm still online. That's another reason why I stopped talking like this, is because I noticed back in the day that whenever I spoke like this, whenever I put up images like this, somehow or another I would get gigged and somebody would not like it, so they would report the damn videos. Because, you know, a lot of the damn truth, white America can't take the damn truth. So I removed the images, but I ain't gonna shut my goddamn mouth, because I don't think that I'm saying nothing outside of YouTube gathering. I hope I ain't. You know, that's the reason that I stopped speaking, because my feed just went down, and that shit don't never happen. And look, like MJ said, I'm back up. So anyway, that's who the fuck MAGA is. MAGA is the same people that was marching our ancestors through the goddamn streets. And what does that have to do with Jeffrey Epstein? Those same fucking nasty ass motherfuckers was molesting children and doing sexual assault to minors. That's those same people. That's who Donald Trump is. That's who Jeffrey Epstein. That's who all them fucking rich people is. Those same people. And then they got idiots like Sarge and ABC to believe that somehow or another they were fighting against that. They programmed these they programmed these slow motherfuckers to believe that they are fighting against the thing that they are actually guilty of. And I told y'all a long time ago, all they do on the right is project. And then they program their fucking little minions to believe that projection. And then next thing you know, they're accusing Barack Obama and Joe Biden of the same shit that they actually are guilty of. How many times did you hear Donald Trump say, well, Joe Biden is weaponizing the Department of Justice? How many times did you hear that shit? But look at what Pam Bondi is doing. She's locking up fucking damn congressmen. She's locking up fucking mayors. She's locking up the political enemies of the damn racist ass MAGA. They weaponize the goddamn government. So the entire time that they were saying that the Democrats are weaponizing the government, that's exactly what the fuck they did when they got into office. So with this Jeffrey Epstein thing, it's getting bad. It's getting bad for Donald Trump. And finally, for the first time, MAGA is actually, you know, I'm not confident that they all in line, but they're actually pushing back against Donald Trump with the release of this damn Epstein shit. And today, let me see if I can find that shit. I'm gonna start talking because I want y'all to hear this. If I can find it. It was this video that came out up in my feed this morning, and it said it was a what you call it, a deposition. It was a deposition from this lady called Katie Johnson. And I was laying in my bed. You know how you there it is. I was laying in my bed, and you know how the video just keep playing and playing and playing. It skipped to the video, and then it started playing, and I was like, "What the fuck?" This lady right here did a deposition a while back, and she said everything. She spoke on how old she was, which was 13 years old, what Donald Trump did. Oh, just pure unadulterated Trump derangement system. Listen, you dumb son of a bitch. When you hear this video, I want you to say the goddamn same thing. This was a 13-year-old child. And let me see if I can find. I want y'all to listen to this shit. I didn't listen to it all the way because I was in and out. But the first couple of sentences kind of got me. And I was like, there ain't nowhere in the hell. There ain't nowhere in the hell that this information been out there. And MAGA,
on my free
MAGA is still MAGA. MAGA is still supporting Donald Trump. There's no way. And what that tells me is that they don't give a shit about the children like they claim. They don't care about the children. They don't care. They don't care about the kids and all of that bullshit. Because if you cared about the kids, then this lady was 13 years old whenever they violated her. Then y'all wouldn't have never put that pedophile in the damn office. Yeah, I said it. Because he alleged pedophile. I guess I have to say that bullshit. Okay, so here, I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to play this audio, and y'all listen to this lady to tell us about what the hell Jeffrey Epstein and Trump did to her. Okay, so here you go.
I came to this interview on my free will. No, there was nothing promised to me for doing this interview.
Excellent.
Yes, everything that I say at this interview will be the truth. I met Donald Trump at some parties I attend that I was working for Mr. Jeffrey Epstein. There was about 3 or 4 times that I had encounters with Donald Trump. I was 13. The first time that I met Donald Trump was at a party at Jeffrey Epstein's mansion. There was an orgy going on, and he was kind of watching off in the distance. And he basically asked if I could come over and give him a hand job. And at first, I wasn't very comfortable with it. This was like my first party, and I didn't think that was my responsibility. But my recruiter told me that I needed to do it, so I agreed to. And then he, I began to. Sorry, this is a little difficult, but. Before I gave him a hand job, he kind of slapped my hand away and said, you need to use a glove. And the recruiter ran over and handed me a glove and said, no one touches Mr. Trump's penis without a glove. So I needed to use a glove. I gave him a hand job, and then immediately after, he had an orgasm, he left, and I didn't see him again at that party. Jeffrey Epstein is a billionaire friend of Donald Trump's that was responsible for throwing the sex parties. There was, I originally came to New York trying to be a model, and in my travels, I met a girl named Tiffany there who was very interested in me and said that, that's what she did, is that she helped girls, get what they wanted, and she could help me get into modeling, that she knew a lot of people that were higher ups and that it would be no problem. And so that's why, but I would just basically have to come model at a couple of events and meet some people. It would be no sweat. So, of course I went, that sounded like no big deal. And she was recruiting the girls to come to these parties. And they all looked, most of them were, my age. There was, maybe a couple girls that were maybe 14 or 15, but it seemed to me like we were all very young, so.
So I'm gonna pause there for whatever reasons so they won't say I'm playing this whole damn video, but y'all gonna hear the whole goddamn video. And at the same time, what I'm gonna do is try to see if they got any pictures on the internet of this Katie Johnson and Donald Trump together when she was young. You know, the internet, the internet will show you everything. So, okay, so here goes something here. Oh, here goes something even better. Okay, so look at this. Now, I'm assuming that the image that I pulled up here of this little girl, I don't know if y'all can see it. Let me see. Let me fix it. Okay, so this is the section that I'm looking at right here, which I'm assuming that's Katie Johnson. Listen, there's a couple of things wrong with this damn audio that I just played. First of all, the girl said that she was 13 years old, right? Next, she said that she was invited to a party by Jeffrey Epstein, who was hosting the party, and he was Donald Trump's friend. Now, my thing is, this child is 13. Do white people let their children go out to parties with rich people when they're that young? Is that what's going on here? And then she said there was a lot of other girls her age at this party. Where the hell was their parents at? Where were their parents at? Right? What the hell is going on? And these people that's supposed to be, dignified and all of this kind of stuff, and the standards that set the standards. What the hell is going on to where they've got access to all of these dang on little girls that are teenagers, just barely teenagers, and they can just do whatever they want to with them, give them hand jobs and all of this kind of stuff. What kind of sick motherfucker did you vote into office, Sarge? That's what I want to know. Why are you okay with this? Why are you okay with this, ABC? What kind of sick motherfucker are y'all supporting? This shit making me want to damn throw up. See, Sarge is so into it, right? He's writing in the chat room trying to defend this shit. He's trying to defend the rape of children, because that's what this is. There is no other way to explain this. A 13-year-old cannot consent legally, so it's got to be rape. That's what it is. Molestation. And this motherfucker is in the chat room trying to defend this shit. Look at that. That's a little girl. You know, I don't do the little Beckys and all that kind of stuff, but that's a little child. And here this motherfucker sitting in the chat room trying to defend this shit. All of y'all need to be wiped off this damn planet. Well, I ain't gonna say that because that's violence. But y'all need to go some motherfucking where. This is sick. Let me go ahead and finish playing this audio. We're gonna hear how sick these people is. Now, I ain't listened to it yet. Like I said, I heard a little bit of it. But I didn't listen to the whole thing. So I got to get my video back right. Hold on. Oh, that's the wrong damn thing. Hold on. There you go. But yeah, what is wrong with these people? What the hell is wrong with Sarge? I mean, I know you like. I know politically. I know politically that you like to have debates. And ain't nothing wrong with that. Politics, that's what that is. But if your politics is taking you down the path of defending this fucking devious goddamn sick ass behavior, you probably need to go talk to somebody, brother. You probably need to go talk to somebody. Because you just blindly following that Massa right now. That's all you're doing. Massa didn't do that. No, sir. Massa didn't sleep with that little girl. Sound like a goddamn slave. Massa didn't do that. That's what the hell you sound like. So let me finish playing this.
I came to this interview on my free will. No, there was nothing. Billionaire friend of Donald Trump's that was responsible for throwing the sex parties. No problem. And so that's why, you know, but I would just basically have to. Jeffrey Epstein knew that I was 13 years old. When he interviewed me, he asked me to get down to my bra, just my panties, and I thought that was weird, but I mean, modeling, maybe it was something about my figure. And he asked that I give him a massage. So and then he asked me my age. He asked me, and I told him, told him that I was 13. I told him why I was there. And he basically said, well, you'll do, I'm sure that you'll fit pretty nicely here. And then he tried to basically slip himself inside of me. And I pushed him away, and I said, because at that point in time, I still believed that there was models, and then there was the girls that did that. Like, I thought there was a separation. So, I told him that I wasn't interested in that, but he said that I would do. And as far as Donald Trump, he knew that I was 13, and I believe that Tiffany told him he seemed to take a liking to me because I was I was so young, and I was also a virgin. So I don't know. It seemed like he wasn't really into having girls that were liked by the other guys. He kind of, the whole glove. He kind of liked things to be his first. If that, for lack of a better term, but he was the one who wanted to get to a girl before everyone else did. Donald Trump knew that I was 13 because the first night that I was there, Tiffany actually suggested that she had a whole bunch of different wigs, and I expressed interest in them. I always told her that I would love to walk around with blue hair, and so I tried some on, and there was a blonde wig that she said that looked great on me. So I wore that wig, and Donald Trump had specifically asked about me because I remind him of his daughter, and she said, well, she's 13 as well. So he knew the first time that he saw me, but he took a liking to me because I look like his daughter.
All right, so I'm gonna stop it there. I mean, we've heard Donald Trump say he was sitting on the panel of the View, and one of the hosts asked Donald Trump what he had in common with Ivanka. I think they asked Ivanka first, the daughter, and she went on and answered, a normal answer. I don't know whether it was business or whatever she said, and then they turned the question over to Donald Trump. And the first thing Donald Trump said was, I was going to say sex. And everybody just busted out, started laughing like this nervous ass laugh. Like, did this motherfucker say that he had sex in common with his daughter? Now, if y'all don't believe me, I can pull up the goddamn audio. As a matter of fact, I will, because y'all don't believe me. Because Trump is, not Trump, but Sarge. And ABC need to be hit over the head with this 6. But what reminded me of that was that lady just said that that lady just said that that lady just said that Donald Trump told her that she
Very much. I think she's a really nice woman. I thought it was a little unusual to have politics mixed with the movies. And
we want to know a little bit more about you guys, so we play this game.
Yeah, it was the Wendy Williams show. That's what it was. But I'll play this audio for you, and then you can couple it with what this lady is saying about Donald Trump, saying that she reminded him of his 13-year-old daughter. And she was 13 at the time. This is who the fuck you voted for, Sarge. This is who you voted for. This is who you put on your camo gear for, your helmet, your flight vest, and stood at polling stations with your binoculars. This is who the fuck you stood out there and broke the damn law for, Sarge. Somebody who fantasizes about 13-year-old children, including his daughter. This is who you voted for. Here's the interview.
no, not too much of. First of all, I like her very much. I think she's a really nice woman. I thought it was a little unusual to have politics mixed with the movies, and it's been done before, I guess, a little bit, but it was a little bit unusual to see that.
Yeah.
But I do like her. I think she's terrific.
We want to know a little bit more about you guys, so we play this game here. It's called Fave 5. I'll ask the question. Ivanka, you answer first, and then Dad, you answer also.
This is tough.
Okay, Ivanka, what's the favorite thing you have in common with your father?
Either real estate or golf.
Ivanka,
Donald.
what's your daughter?
Well, I was going to say sex, but I can't relate that.
No, I didn't make that up. I didn't make that up. Look at the look at the look on Ivanka's face. I can't stare at her. But even she is like, what the fuck did this man just say? Sarge, explain that. ABC. Explain why Donald Trump thinks that he has in common with his daughter sex. Explain that. And this lady just got finished saying the reason that Donald Trump wanted to get freaky with her is because she reminded him of his own daughter. You guys voted for a sick motherfucker, a savage, barbarian. This is who y'all voted for. This is who y'all voted for. And you come on here every goddamn week, every week to defend this fucking behavior. Every week, you come on here And that's just exposing how fucking sick in the head you are. There's no excuse at this point. There is no excuse why the fuck any grown-ass man in this goddamn country would still support somebody who was known to fly on Jeffrey Epstein's plane, be at his island, have Jeffrey Epstein at Mar-a-Lago, then had been went through the court system and accused of digitally penetrating someone, in other words, is rape. There's no excuse. But I'm gonna play some more of this audio.
I look like his daughter. And the reason I'm coming out now is when it happened originally, I just wanted to forget about the whole incident. And when I saw that he was running for president, I felt that it was my responsibility to come out and tell our country what kind of man this person is. I don't think that he should even be the dog catcher, let alone running the greatest country in the world. After I met Tiffany at the bus station, she took me to, basically went to her house, her apartment, and got ready. I put on a blonde wig because it seemed fun to pretend to be someone different, but we went to the party that I was basically interviewing for, and Jeffrey Epstein was the one that was running the party. He had a quick meeting with everyone that was employed there, and then he had a private interview with me. The first time that I met Jeffrey Epstein, he did try to force himself inside of me without getting the go-ahead or anything. And then it was probably about the third or fourth party is when he basically forced, it was another massage, and it was basically like, it wasn't sex, but there was penetration, and I told him that I didn't want that, but he kind of got a little irritated. So I don't know, there was something about him that I guess I kind of held him, I held a lot of resentment towards him. By that time that happened, I kind of already started catching on that maybe I wasn't there for modeling, and maybe I was just getting used for things, and I felt that kind of held him responsible. I did receive money to go to these parties. After every party, I was paid by Mr. Epstein. There wasn't, out of all the girls that were there with me, most of them were 13, 14. I think the oldest one might have been 16, just turned 16. And she'd been there for a while. It was Tiffany. He liked to watch other people have sex. I mean, he's a germ, doesn't like germs, so he, rather than partaking, he just watches. So and Tiffany had informed him that I was the virgin, and so I was basically, sorry, so it was Tiffany who introduced us.
Okay.
Second time that I saw Mr. Trump was same scenario. He was onlooking at an orgy, and Tiffany came over to me and said that Donald Trump had requested that I perform oral sex on him, and I'd never done something like that with anybody, so I was a little nervous. So I walked up to him and he was sitting there very proud, and I just kind of moved in that direction, and he kind of slapped me away and said, "What are you doing? You know, you need to put a condom on," like I was some dirty filth or something without a condom. Tiffany ran over and handed him a condom and apologized, profusely, and said that would never happen again. And she looked at me and scolded me basically like a child and said that, that's not how, Donald Trump always, anytime you touch his penis, it needs to have a condom on or a glove, and especially when it comes to performing oral sex. So I apologized, and then I performed oral sex on him. And once again, once he was done, he hopped up, and that's the last I saw of him at that party. It's like, once he's done, he's out. So.
Okay.
Sometimes before some of the things that I noticed that were weird with him was sometimes before the parties he would come over, and Jeffrey Epstein and himself would kind of banter back and forth, and he was Donald Trump was very racist. He said a lot of racist things. Like there was a lot of comments towards Mr. Epstein about being Jewish, and called him a Jew bastard, so that he was cheap. And there was some words I didn't even understand. Something about the shape of his penis being directly related to his mole, or I'm not too familiar with the Jewish traditions, so, but I'm pretty sure that whatever he was saying wasn't very nice. Also referred to people of Hispanic or Hispanic name, they called them spics. That was around the first time that the World Trade Center had gotten bombed in the 90s. And he was talking about the towel heads and how we would just be better off if we didn't let him in, or basically got rid of every single one that was already here. And I felt it made me really uncomfortable, really, really uncomfortable. He also loved to call black people niggers, and Arabic people he called sand niggers. The only time that he tried to give me some money was our last encounter together, where he acted out a rape fantasy. I was forced to give that money back because Jeffrey Epstein paid us after the party. So, but he just gave me the money. I don't even know why he gave it to me. Maybe to make me feel more cheap, but it was a pretty it was a rape fantasy to him, but I wasn't playing. So there was those 2 times, and then there was after the next thing that Tiffany approached me with was that he had a fantasy where he walked in on his maids basically making out, and that it was some type of fantasy for him. So she asked, at that point I was like, I don't want to be involved with anything that has to do with him. But she's like, you were just basically the other one. So there's nothing that you will have to do. Just don't, he's requesting you to be involved. So I reluctantly, I felt like I didn't have a choice there, but it was basically he's walking in, his 2 maids. I was one of the maids. I was the white maid. And there was a Spanish girl, Maria, who was the Hispanic maid. And we were making out, and he walks in and he gets really angry and threatens to call immigration on Maria if she doesn't come over and make things right and give him a blowjob. So while she is over there giving him a blowjob, I am just trying to, I'm supposed to look scared, like, oh no, and cleaning up things and pretending like I'm trying to go back to my job as a maid. And then he's being so rude to Maria. I felt so bad for her. Even though I guess it just didn't seem like a fantasy. It didn't seem like it's the weirdest fantasy as far as that. He was threatening to call immigration on her, so that she didn't know how to, she wasn't even near going down to give him perform oral sex on him before he slapped her away and said, what are you doing? You need to put a condom on, and she's trying to, I'm so sorry, and he's like, you can't even understand what you're saying, speak English, He called her derogatory comments. And then he's like, you know what? You don't know what you're doing. Have her come over and show you.
All right, y'all. That's it for that. I apologize for the sensitivity of the top subject matter. But I think that that people need to know, and everything needs to be out there. And we need to know who we're dealing with, right? And this affidavit just came out. There was another news article that just came out in the Wall Street Journal that Donald Trump sent Jeffrey Epstein a letter on his 50th birthday. And the letter got pretty graphic, and Trump was drawing nude pictures while wishing Jeffrey Epstein happy birthday. Looked like the Wall Street Journal put it out 3 hours ago. And Donald Trump tried to stop the Wall Street Journal from printing this letter. And I guess they went on and printed it. So here's my point with this. If it's defamatory, if it's false, then Donald Trump, you need to sue. If what Elon Musk is saying about Donald Trump, if it's false and defamatory, then you need to sue. If what all of these news outlets is saying about Donald Trump, he needs to sue. He don't need to keep coming on with the same old rhetoric talking about fake news, fake news, fake news, right? You need to go to court, have depositions. You need to explore the evidence. You need to put everything out there so they can prove what they're saying is true, and you can disprove it if it's false. But Donald Trump is not going to do that. He's going to have idiots in the chat room like Sarge telling us that he got the power to silence free press. Just because he said that he don't want it out there, it ain't supposed to be out there. That ain't the way America works. If these news organizations and journalists got proof and evidence of their story and their report, they have every fucking legal right to report the truth. And Donald Trump knows it's the truth, and that's why he's not going after Elon Musk. That's why he's not going after the Wall Street Journal, because they would have to go to court, and they would have to dig up more information to prove their damn case. And during that damn time that they're exploring all this information and evidence, you will have to release those goddamn files. You will have to release those lists. You will have to release those names. And Donald Trump is not doing that because this shit that is being said is the fucking truth. You see how he went after CBS or whatever the fuck over this damn edited video for Kamala Harris? Because Donald Trump knew that strategically he had an upper hand because CBS was trying to do a merger with somebody, and the government is in control of those mergers. And CBS said it was being more money fighting Donald Trump than it would to do the goddamn merger, so they just gave him the goddamn money. That doesn't mean that CBS was wrong, or ABC, whatever news organization it was. It just meant that they wanted to make more money, so they paid the less amount of money so they can make more money. That's all that happened with that. But all of these accusations that are getting put out there now about this Epstein client list, about Donald Trump's involvement with Epstein, why in the fuck ain't Donald Trump suing people for defamation? Because they don't want to go into a goddamn court situation to where they have to expose all the goddamn evidence. And then you got dumbasses like Sarah sitting in the chat room, and he know that once you start taking legal actions in a certain way, they got every legal right to explore all of these damn accusations, all of this evidence. Stuff have to be presented to the goddamn court. And that's going to expose the truth, the real truth, about who the fuck this nasty pedophilia motherfucker is. You heard that little girl, that woman saying the tape, that he had these fantasies, the sick motherfucker, with a 13-year-old and the waitresses, the housekeeper is fighting each other, and he came in there and did whatever nasty ass shit he was doing. You heard her say that he was a racist. We all know that. We all know that. Said that he used the damn N-word. We all know that. That he likes to sit back and watch orgies go on. He said all of this stuff was made up by the Democrats. That all of it's fake. Then why is that Maxwell lady sitting in jail if it's fake? Why was Jeffrey Epstein in jail if it's fake? But see, when Donald Trump started doing that, I kind of know his strategy now. And that's his superpower. I got to give him credit. That is his superpower. Whenever Donald Trump says something, right? Whenever Donald Trump yell fake news, whenever Donald Trump say the Democrats did it, normally everybody falls in line behind Donald Trump. That is his superpower. That's how the fuck he got where he is today. I'll give him credit for that. Even though it's a damn lie, whenever he says it, people fall in line. But that ain't quite happening with this right here. That is not quite happening with this Epstein client list and them saying that it don't exist no more. You got these racist ass motherfuckers that's all they stood for was, standing up for the children and trying to expose the fucking child pedophile ring with Pizzagate and all this kind of shit, accusing the Democrats of being the only one that is involved in this kind of shit. But now their dear leader is one of the ringleaders that's involved in this shit. And that ringleader said, guess what, y'all? All of that shit that y'all was fighting for, all of that QAnon baby eating blood shit, all of that's fake. Your Pizzagate was fake. There ain't no child pedo ring going on. All of that's fake. And them MAGAs is saying, wait a minute now. Wait a minute. We ain't gonna let it go like that. But I don't give a shit about who the hell turning against Donald Trump. That's MAGA. I can't stand them. But I'll stand on the sideline and watch them. But I am not going to damn support one of them motherfuckers. And I don't give a fuck if they vote Democrat or not. I don't give a shit. Because like I said, those are the same motherfuckers that was standing on the steps of the courthouse as black bodies were swinging from a goddamn poplar tree. Those are the same motherfuckers that stood by and watched Emmett Till murderers get off. Those are the same people. That's MAGA. Fuck them. They knew what the hell that they was voting for when they went into the goddamn ballot box. But yeah, this shit is getting kind of interesting with Donald Trump and Epstein or whatever the fuck you call him. But look, guys, I know I done talked my ass off. If you guys want to call in, the number to call in. Sarge, I want to hear your opinion about what you think about this stuff. I'm asking tonight. I'm not arguing with you, but I do. And ABC, if you want to call in, you can. But if they do call in, I guarantee you that they are so programmed that they will not say anything against Donald Trump. They will not say anything about Donald Trump being on the Epstein Island, being on his plane, being on that list. They won't say anything about this lady and her video affidavit of having experience with Donald Trump. Literal experience with Donald Trump and him being a nasty pedophilia motherfucker because she was 13 years old. She was 13 years old. And I'm wondering if that's that same 13-year-old that I had the court documents for a year ago. Now, I don't know if that's the case or not, but I know that whenever we first started doing this bullshit, Donald Trump started coming on. There was some court documents out there saying that there was a Jane Doe, 13 years old, that took him to damn court. Now I don't know what the hell happened to that 13-year-old, but that shit was in it was already out there. It was already out there. And it's a damn shame that people dying in a motherfucking flood. Donald Trump taking Medicaid. Donald Trump taking USDA. Donald Trump taking away Social Security. Donald Trump stealing all the money. None of that shit didn't make these MAGA say any damn thing. When your grandma about to lose her goddamn health care, y'all didn't say shit. When children are dying at the hands of these motherfuckers, y'all didn't say shit. But all of a sudden, because the Jeffrey Epstein list is missing, y'all want to open your damn mouth. Y'all full of shit. I can't trust these motherfuckers. But Miss Elisa, I got your line open, and Sister Nobody, I got your line open. How y'all doing tonight?
Good.
All right.
Doing okay, Tyrone.
Okay. So you want nobody to go first, Elisa?
Yes, she can go. Yeah, that's
All right, Sister Nobody, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing. You know, there were several cases against the Maxwell lady. That's all I wanted to put out there, that there were several women that came forward, Jane Doe's.
Mm-hmm.
I think more than 3 that came forward and spoke about being hired to massage. I don't know where they get these 13-year-old girls from. Maybe they're homeless. See, that's the part that's missing. How did you wind up there? You get what I'm saying? So
yeah, that's what I was saying a while ago. Where the hell their families at? You know, what the hell going on?
Right.
So now
Right, so
maybe what we're actually looking at to a certain extent is child sex trafficking. You know what I mean? Maybe they're snatching these people up off the street and taking them down there to these damn islands. That's another damn charge you can put on them people.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, there was more than one woman that came forward and said what was done to them as girls that was hired to massage.
It's some freaky stuff. It is some freaky stuff that's going on. And trust me, I'm not saying that this is a political thing, because it's not. And I will be the first to say both sides are guilty of this stuff. They are. But you've got one side that is actually trying to hide it, you know, in front of everybody.
You know, truth be told, the higher you go up in your tax bracket, the more freakier the people are. Let me say that. The more freakier the people are. They do have lock-in sex parties, orgies, whatever you want to call it, orgies. You know, They do have that in a lot of different communities. But mainly, the further the tax bracket is, the higher the tax bracket is, this stuff goes on in.
It is, and I think it goes deeper than what we think. Because check this out. Now, this is my conspiracy, but I've heard it put in such a way to where it kind of connects. The person that handled Epstein's prosecution was Comey's daughter, and Donald Trump fired her because she got all the records, right? So he got rid of her. Now, that is the same person that was handling the P. Diddy prosecution. So P. Diddy kind of got off, and all of those charges, the bad charges, he didn't get charged with. And then you got to follow me. So if they muddy up this lady's record by allowing P. Diddy to walk free, then they have basis to say, you know, she might have messed up the Epstein case or some shit like that. But at the same time, she's the one that has all the information because she's prosecuted Epstein, and they can now say that, you know, the records are fake, or this lady don't know what the hell she's doing. These people are not dumb. Somehow or another, that's connected. I believe that's just my theory.
Well, you know what? Let's throw some more on it. In 2 to 3 years, she'll be dead somewhere.
I don't put it past them. I would not put it past them.
Yeah.
All right, what's up, Miss Elisa?
Hey, let me shut my. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Yeah, my understanding, I think the girl who said she was 13, she did give a deposition to the police because people were talking about that earlier online that a lot of people was able to finally see the deposition to listen. I'm sorry, read the deposition, something like that. So she did, and she was going to pursue criminal. They were going to pursue criminal charges. She gave the deposition, but then she was threatened, and she decided not to. And that's my understanding. And then also, a lot of these young girls, are my understanding, it's like we have problems in our community with runaways and children who have problems at home and stuff like that. So I think that was a lot of the things that was going on with these young girls. They have, just like anybody else, have problems at home. They run away from home and they get caught up in these things. So I think that's when you ask where were these girls' parents, that's where they were. They were having problems. Everybody don't have a good home. And so that's my understanding. Then I also was hearing that a big expose is supposed to be coming out this week about this and Trump's involvement. So as far as I'm concerned, a lot of the alternative media, they were saying that that's what they were hearing, and that what we have to do, I think that makes sense now why he said that the Democrats made all this stuff up, and Obama, Coney, and Clinton, they're running desperate now. They created all of this. They made all this stuff up. So I think that's a lot. That's why that came out, to see if they can be able to flip it like that and say that none of that stuff is real. That's what I'm getting from that, because that just never made any sense that people would believe that. Epstein, when he got arrested that last time and they went into his house and got all that stuff from up out of there, Donald Trump was the president. And when Epstein killed himself in prison, or whatever happened there, that Donald Trump was president. So I just think a lot of this stuff is going to drip, 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 drip out. It's starting to drip, drip, drip out. Things that a lot of people didn't know. And we just have to wait and see where it all leads. Will his people believe it? Some will. Yeah, of course they will. Will the bulk? No. What will happen with all of this? Who knows? And like, he likes to lie about his medical records and how he's the greatest, he's more fit than a 24-year-old. That's why they announced today that he was died. You heard about that. He was diagnosed with some kind of something other.
Yeah.
Let me read it.
There's something going on with his veins or something.
Yeah, I hate to put stuff out. Trump's diagnosis. Let me get the
But
correct
that's a
word.
lie too. I seen Carolyn Levitt speaking on that.
No, I think he does have that. I mean, he's 80
But
years
no,
old.
what I'm saying though.
He's diagnosed.
Go ahead.
No, well, let me finish. He was diagnosed with chronic venous insufficiency and minor vein condition. I don't believe that that's not true. He is 80 years old.
I'm saying
look at his.
I'm saying that they are downplaying it. There's something else wrong with that man. There is nothing. There is nothing that came out of this White House at all that has been true. So why would they start telling the truth now?
I agree with that. That it's much worse because if something is going on. Because if you look at his hands and the way he looks, his skin, and then when he was he was at a couple of days ago, his ankles are so swollen that it's just abnormal how swollen his ankles are. But they're downplaying it what it really is. But I think they put that out there to garner sympathy from his base. That's not for the rest of us. Because the rest of us are like, who gives a shit? He's 80. You see what I'm saying? That's for his base to calm them down. because he doesn't want anybody. He's like has the best health. He has the this that. He's better than a 22-year-old. And the fact that they disclosed this, because some people said that people were talking about something that was wrong with him. No, they disclosed this to change the conversation. And he's willing to let people think he has a minor vein problem, and that might change the subject. No, I don't think his people are going to back off. Some will, some have, but the overwhelming majority, no, they're not going to back off on it. He's caught up into this thing up to his neck. And things is going more and more stuff is going to start to seep out about this here thing, how deeply involved he was with this Epstein thing. Now, will this be the thing to get rid of him? We don't know. Should it be? No, there was other things that should be. But should this be? Yes. And will this be a chance for the Republicans to sit back and get him gone? Yes. We just have to see how this plays out. That's just my thinking on this. He's real knee-deep in this. He's real knee-deep in this. And it didn't make sense that all of a sudden they just came out bonding and said, well, there's nothing to see here. It's all a hoax. It's all of this stuff. I couldn't put my finger on, well, why would they do this now? Just keep pushing it off. Just don't say nothing. Keep the people at bay. But then when they said that her trial was going to be heard, they're trying to get it heard by the Supreme Court and all of these different things. That, oh, okay. Now that's why they came out with this here now. And he kind of gets giving her a blank check. The fact that the President of the United States said it was all a hoax, and that the head of the Department of Justice said it's all a hoax, none of these things happened. And none of this is that. It was created by Obama and Romney and Biden and Hillary when he was the one in office when Jeffrey Epstein was arrested and when they broke through. And it's always been through the grapevine. It was leaked, some of the pictures and the videos and things of what he was doing in depth. That was leaked years ago. So
it came out when Jeffrey Epstein. It came out when Jeffrey Epstein went on trial down there in Florida, and the guy that worked for Trump, one of Trump's lawyers, got Jeffrey Epstein off. But a lot of the information came out when Jeffrey Epstein got off the first time, and then a lot of the information came out when he went to jail. So this stuff has always been out there.
Always been leaked. It's always was leaked. So I mean, we just have to wait and see. I mean, it was hard listening to that video that you were playing. Very hard to listen to that. I mean, the country should turn their back on him for a whole host of things. But if this is it, this is it. And if it leaks out in dribs and drabs, which it looks like, I was just online, I saw some more stuff. If it leaks out in dribs and drabs. And I think he actually we all know he's more sicker than we think he is. And I think that's why they laying the groundwork, because he's sicker than what we think. And his brain is turned to mush, like that story he told about his uncle, what is it, James, and the Unabomber. I mean, just out the blue, just made up a story.
Yeah, I seen that. Well, I think I seen that on the Midas Touch, where he made up some story about somebody, about his uncle, and the guy, the Unabomber, wasn't even born yet or some shit.
No, he was born. His uncle did teach at MIT, and Trump's Uncle James, Uncle John, John Trump, did teach at MIT. He said he had 3 degrees and all of this as responsibility. They said no, he does not have degrees in none of that stuff Trump made up. No, the Unabomber, I can't think I could look his name up. He never attended MIT. And Trump's uncle died in 1985, and we didn't become familiar with the Unabomber's name until like the 90s. So how was he able to ask his uncle about any of that when his uncle had been dead? And the Unabomber never went to MIT. So it's just like he's getting worse. And I think he's getting extra worse now because his back is up against the wall. So we just have to wait and see how it goes. This is an awful thing.
It is.
President of the United States. But
And
these people voted for
everybody
this
and their
man.
brother, everybody and their brother in the media jumped all over Joe Biden whenever he stumbled a little bit. This motherfucker is basically falling apart in front of our face, mentally and physically, and we don't see no major news outlets talking about how old he is and none of that shit.
It's just lying from sun up to sundown, making up outrageous stories, and the whole thing with the tariffs, and I did this, and I got trillions of dollars coming in from this country, that country. When those countries, their GDP, their GDP is how they're able to send all these trillions. It's just lying from sun up to sundown. All of it is just crazy.
Yeah, they ain't
And
nobody
we
calling
sit
them out
back
though.
and watch it.
I don't know why
They
anybody
are
calling
them out, Tyrone.
But I mean, on
Yes, they
social
are.
media,
People are
on
calling.
social media they are. But like on the mainstream
No.
media, they will
Yes, they
do a
are.
little. They'll do a little story, but they didn't take it. They didn't do it like they did Joe Biden. All have panels talking about how old Joe Biden was and somebody needs to take over and all this kind of shit. They just.
You sure don't watch Lawrence O'Donnell and I can't on MSNBC
Well,
I can't think of her name, the black lady. So yes, they are calling them out.
I'll say Lawrence O'Donnell
and
will call them out.
And Matt Owl and a couple of the ones on CNN, they're calling them out big time. You just missing all that. Yes, they are calling them out. They are calling them out.
Well, it don't seem like it have the impact that it had when Joe Biden, was showing his age. Because those people.
Well, Joe Biden had no business trying to run for president again. So I will always stand by that. But no, they're calling him out. They are. They're calling him out. And it's just, heavyweights is calling him out. So they are.
I don't think it's having an effect because ain't nobody. That guy he's unfit to be president. I ain't got nothing against old people, but the president don't need to be in his 80s and falling apart. We the president need to be like at an age where he can represent strength and not not be so fragile. And mentally, Donald Trump he don't say shit. He literally have led this country the first 4 years and didn't say a damn thing, and he's leading the country now and not saying anything, and he's not able to handle international crises. He's not able to handle domestic crises. Look at we just had a flood in damn Texas, a fire in California, and this motherfucker stood in the mic and didn't try to console the American people, didn't try to comfort the American people. He don't say shit. He don't say shit. And I think that's got to do with his
put all these it is to do with his age. And then he put all these incompetent people the head of things. That was the thing that was bothering me. He could be incompetent if he wants, but at least with his last administration, he had a lot of hawks and a lot of people I don't agree with, but they knew what they were doing. And he didn't do that this time. No. And a lot of the people in the Senate and in the House, they voted for Marco Rubio, thinking he would be the adult in the room. And some of them told him, that's why we voted for you, because you would be level-headed and the adult in the room. And Marco Rubio just sit there and go, yes, sir, yes, sir. He just go along with everything. Everybody else is incompetent. Marco Rubio is not incompetent, but he done lost all sense of his values and his sense of his common sense.
Well, Marco Rubio waiting to run for president again. That's what he's trying to do.
But that's not going, because he was the only adult in the room. And when they have their foolishness going on, he's sitting around. He know better than that. He know better than it. But you have sold your soul to up in here with these people. And some of the stuff that they're doing is things that he fussed about in previous years, not necessarily Trump, but about how things should be, he was a stand-up for immigrants and things like that. As soon as he got in that administration, he forgot. He just let all of that stuff go. J.D. Vance is another one. I didn't care for his politics. He used to fuss about a lot of that stuff too. As soon as he got here, it's like they all just melted and went along. And just about everybody else is incompetent.
Yep, and ABC in the see this is how I know they stupid. ABC in the chat room talking about Donald Trump is on TV every day talking, and I will agree with you. He is on TV every day talking, but he's saying shit like this.
They're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating.
In other words, he just on TV rambling about nothing every day. He don't answer the damn questions. Whenever he get questions, he either look at the damn reporters and say, "You're fake news. I'm not gonna answer you." He's not answering questions. He's not leading. Just because he's talking don't mean that he's saying a damn thing. So you're right. He talking every day, but he ain't saying shit.
They just sit on there and just lying.
Yep.
And I guess some people like to be lied to. Because it's so easy when he says a thing, you Google it, you find out it's not true. He just lies. And if you like to be lied to, then he's your man. Nobody, and see, that's just the thing. No one is making excuses. If Bill Clinton is all hooked up, let's just say he's hooked up, and whoever else is hooked up in that Epstein thing. Shame them. Take them down. I don't care.
Yeah.
I said, should
send
be.
all of them to jail.
Send them all. They do whatever you're going to do to them. If he's caught up in it, whatever other Democrat, catch him up in it. I don't care.
See, and that's where the Democrats fell short at. Because even when Joe Biden was in there and this Epstein thing was live, the Democrats should have did something about this damn Jeffrey Epstein shit. But we didn't hear nothing about Epstein the whole Biden presidency. I think that they're wrong.
But would they? Now, I don't think the people would have believed them because they had already jumped on them about Russia Gate. And Trump was up to his neck in that Russia stuff.
That's probably what stopped them.
We just let it go.
That's probably what stopped them from releasing stuff. Yeah, that's probably what stopped them. But my point is, put it out there. If people don't believe you, put it out there any damn way. If it's the truth, put it out there. You know. So I think that they fumbled on that shit. They should have. Because now Trump is using it to his advantage, or trying to, by saying if there was something out there, the Democrats would have put it out there. They should have put it out there.
They should have. I agree. And what was the Garland and all of them? They should have, but they didn't. And I think because they was like, the people gonna say it's too much of a pile on them, and they're not gonna believe it. And this is just my assessment of it. If they had, they would have messed up something that they could have used down the road. So I don't think they should have put it out. That's just me. You don't reveal everything. You hold back.
I think they should have put that out there.
The people wouldn't have believed it if it was giving them a chance.
It's a damn sex, pedophiles, child trafficking, sex ring, and we already knew that the guy that led the thing was in jail and dead, and they had already locked up Maxwell. So you knew something was there. So now you would have roped in a whole bunch of damn celebrities, probably some on the left and the right, but who gives a fuck? They shouldn't have been doing that shit any damn way. So it would have grew into this other story to where a whole lot of people would have been involved, because there's a lot of people involved. I mean, the royalty in England was involved. World leaders was involved, you know.
Well, you know what? They might have been trying to protect a few Democrats, but I don't think anybody would have cared. Put them out there. That's just put them out there anyway. But they didn't. So
yep.
I think it would. But honestly, I think it would have been too much, Tyrone. I think it would have been too much if they had put it all out there.
Well, I'm thinking that that's the type of stuff that the constituents want to see. That's the stuff that I want to see. I want to see leadership take charge, be honest, and just tell us the hard truth. I want to see that, and I think other people want to see that truth. I don't all this protection stuff and trying to. that shit needs to go away because that ain't helping nobody. If somebody fall, just like when Al Franken got kicked out of Congress, I didn't agree with it, but I understood that they had a standard and he broke that standard and they got rid of him. So I understood that. So I like Al Franken. I still wish he would run, but I understood. They stopped doing shit like that. They stopped telling us the damn truth. They stopped, being just straight up honest. They start hiding shit. That shit don't look right,
Well, both sides were taking money from these PACs and a lot of things, like when the whole thing that was going on with Israel and Gaza. I mean, a lot of ones, you take like Hakeem Jeffries and them, they don't speak up when Israel's just out acting the complete fool with genocide, bombing everybody.
Mm-hmm.
None of them say anything because they done took so much money from them. So you got a lot of that going on too. So you got it going on both sides.
They ain't calling out Israel. Israel started bombing Syria. Israel just fighting with every damn body.
And they just allowing it, along with Trump. The Dems are allowing it too, because too many of them took their money. They took too much money, and they're not saying anything. And it's quiet when it comes to that. So what you gonna do? So you got both sides taking money, and then you got some over here doing Epstein type things, and that's why when you get corrupt like that, I don't expect people to do nothing except for what they do, what they're doing. Just hoping it work out somehow. I don't know. That's what it seems like to me. Hoping it'll work out somehow.
Well, I believe people know that they as long as they stay quiet, like Nancy Pelosi, she's gonna get rich, and her heritage, her lineage is gonna benefit off of them being quiet. They don't give a shit about the American people no more. They don't care about the way we live in, how expensive it's getting. They just sitting up there in Congress with their mouth shut. And I think the only ones that's really running their mouths is people like AOC and Jasmine Crockett, and you got a couple of more.
The progressives.
Yeah.
The progressives, Bernie, he speaks out. Yeah, they run their mouth. They're the ones that didn't take the money. But the Democratic establishment, they do everything they can to hold the progressives back. So, hey, neither side no good. One is better than the other. I think we can all agree on that. One side is better than the other. But when it comes to taking monies and mouth shut, they all do that. I mean, politics is dirty.
Yeah.
It's just dirt. It's real dirty. And they put this stuff out about Trump being sick. Oh, please. He's 8 years old. Of course he's gonna have things. But I think it's worse than what they say, because his ankles look a hot mess, and the skin on his hand and up under his neck looks a hot mess, and his makeup, he gave up on blending his makeup. He don't even bother to blend it anymore. He just tack it on and don't have it blended to the rest of his face. Sometimes he have it on the ears, sometimes he doesn't. Then he look like he has on, what's those little things? It was, the family of superheroes where they had the little baby and they have a mask. You know what I'm talking about, mother, father, and they had 2 children and a baby. I can't think of what you call.
The Incredibles?
And, yeah, his face looks like he got the Incredibles mask on. He just gave up on blending the makeup. And I don't think he has a makeup artist. I think he does it because his mind is just about toast. And he doesn't see. When he went to the Islamic countries, the Arab countries, whoever that was, a couple months ago, and one Arab, he was some type of sheik or somebody, he was sitting up to Trump left, and how he was looking at him. And I remember that was the biggest joke. They was like, he's looking at him trying to see how his makeup is done. I mean, it's just an embarrassment. It's an
It is.
embarrassment to the world. It's an embarrassment. And was like, stop looking too hard. He was trying not to look hard. But when you sit up next to a fool whose makeup is not blended, you're going to look. And he was looking at the side of his face, but then trying not to look at the side of his face. And was saying, yeah, his makeup is not blended. That's what's going on. Stop looking. He's an embarrassment. And he don't know what he's doing. And I think y'all know that.
Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, at some point in time, these people, instead of arguing against the left or arguing against Democrat, it seemed like they would have enough common sense to try to come to the table and have a conversation about the issues. But they so programmed that they want to argue about left and right and Democrats and versus Republicans and all this kind of dumb shit, which is a waste of time.
Lefties. It is a waste of time. Lefties, yeah, so the lefties is crying and this, that. But I do agree with you. A lot of these people, they don't care that their children will have to dig their way out of this debt, or if they're able to ever dig their way out of this debt. They don't care that their children may not be able to own a home or be able to have a family like they would like. They don't care about that. Just so long as other people that they deem lesser is unable to get anything.
Right.
They don't care. And we have been saying for the longest that they vote against their best interests. But long as black and brown, Asian, whoever else, is Indian, Southeast, just so long as they can't, Southeast Asians and all them type of people, long as they can't get anything, they fine with it. If they don't have nothing, they don't care if their children has a future. They don't care about that. Long as people of color don't have nothing.
Yeah, that's their goal.
They're fine with it. That's the goal.
Yeah.
And they're too stupid. They know that they're cutting all of these services and things that the feds used to give, like FEMA, and they don't want to pay for education. And that's the only thing that will help to keep the country upwardly mobile, is to keep the people educated and to try to, and people from other places that are smart and talented and gifted, you want them to come to the United States to study so that they could do things, start businesses, come up with new things. That keeps a country upwardly mobile. But they don't care about that. They don't care if the country goes down the tubes. As long as the brown people over there don't get nothing, they fine with it. I should just listen to Steve Miller was talking about, he would be fine if there was only like 90 million Americans and everybody else was gone. What kind of a crap country would you have then? Where it's just white.
Well, yeah. So
everybody else is gone. They don't care. They don't care.
We done went completely off the damn log. Instead of using the people over here and getting them to benefit this country, they starting to be racist and wanting to kick people out, and it's damaging the country. It just is.
It's just like I was hearing this one economist was saying, America gets kind of free labor. Those people, they are raised up in another country. They raised them up through their formative years, and then they come here to work when they're just about grown. So you didn't have the burden and the expense to raise them up, and they come over here and they work and they pay taxes, pay into the Social Security, pay into all of the different things, but they don't even want that. Who's going to do those jobs? And if you kick out enough people, you're not going to have enough people. Your birth rates are down, and they're not even looking at that. They don't care. They just don't care.
But
and
they are successful.
Explain it to them. They don't care.
They are successful. Trump and them are successful in convincing them people that somehow or another, you know, it's good for them to vote for them. You know, I mean, it's crazy to me how to watch all of these people vote against, and then start getting kicked out of the army, getting kicked out of the country, and then they still supporting Donald Trump. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? They gone.
I don't. They know. I think a lot of them. A lot don't, but a lot do. They do. They just don't care. They do not care. They don't care how it go down and fall down the tubes. They just don't care. And I have come to that because they want it their way, but they're just so. How do you? I don't understand how they expect America, who's going to be a superpower, a super nation, which that's crumbling. That's crumbling anyway. How are we going to be a superpower, a super nation, if you don't have healthy people, educated people, and working people, and you don't try to court all of the world's best and have them come here and pay for their education so that they can invent, so they can start companies, so they can do this and that. You don't want to court the world's best to come and add to your country. You don't want to do that. Education, intellectualism, that's a bad thing. That's woke. That's woke. It's just
Well,
absolutely insane.
you see you're talking about leaders that actually care about the country, and they, like you said, they don't care about the country. What they do care about, they can kick. They do care about enriching themselves. That's why you see Donald Trump. He's actually screwing with the stock market. Every time Donald Trump played with those tariffs, he bid low and well, how you do it? He buy low and sell high. That's what Donald Trump is doing. Every time you see him messing with those tariffs, so he's making money off of that. He's making money off of his damn Trump coins. He's making money off of his damn telephones. He's making money off of his buildings overseas and selling people access. So that's what he cares about. He don't care about the country. He don't care about, helping the country progress more by getting people in here with experience and know-how and building the country up. He don't give a shit about none of these countries. Nothing in this country. And that's why you see him shutting down FEMA and allowing people to fucking die under his watch, getting rid of Medicaid. He don't care about the people in this damn country. Who's this unknown caller?
And or the people that have food.
Who's this unknown caller?
Hello, Tyrone.
Hey,
Hello,
how's it
Tyrone.
going?
Yeah, hey, while you guys are knocking Trump, how can you deny all those black jobs he created on the farm for $11 an hour? Ooh, boy.
Oh, yeah.
What a great president.
The black jobs.
What
The
black jobs?
Yeah. Farming.
Yeah, you didn't hear about that?
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Yeah.
out of
I'm
white
glad
farmers.
I'm glad I didn't hear about it because it sounds like some bullshit.
Yeah, how the white
Farming.
farmers expected black people to take those jobs, and them black folks was like, the hell you talking about? Ain't nobody going in the farming. So he created all those black jobs. Remember all the coons that talk about how, these immigrants are taking black jobs? Well, they're available now.
I hope
So I don't
nobody
see
ain't out there.
Sarge or,
I hope
or
ain't nobody out
ABC.
there. Ain't nobody out there saying that.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, they said
And
it
it's not
before.
just farming.
No, they're not saying.
Hospitality,
They're not
too.
saying that those jobs are black jobs, are they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who the
Yes.
fuck
That's
said
what they
that's
always
stupid
were,
as
black
shit?
jobs.
That is the craziest
What?
thing that I've heard.
Yes. The white farmers were complaining that black people were not taking all these black jobs that were being created by the deportation.
Wow. That
Mm-hmm.
is wow. First of all, they're delusional. You ain't finna get black people back in no motherfucking field. And why ain't y'all little white asses out there in the goddamn field? Those aren't black jobs. Those are agriculture jobs, and whoever's qualified should be out there in the field working. And black jobs, black people have, higher qualifications nowadays, and they can work at other damn professions than farming. Ain't nothing wrong with farming. There ain't nothing wrong with nothing that the Mexican people do. But I understand the reason that they're in them fields is because they haven't been through our system, educated themselves enough to actually get into the workforce and work the job that we have in this country. Now, whenever they do educate themselves enough, they do actually get into the mainstream of the economy. They start owning businesses and all this kind of stuff. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, because those people leave the agriculture section and you're kicking them out of the country, that doesn't mean that those jobs belong to black people. And the people that are saying that is that what they're basically saying is that they want slavery again. They want slavery again. They want black people in the damn fields. That's what the hell they want. That's what that is. I can't believe people are saying that.
Oh, yeah, the
Never
white
say
farmers
that.
were complaining on social media basically saying, that they thought black people were going to come rush to these jobs. And it's hilarious, man. I mean, in a classic case of the leopards eating their faces, none of this has worked out the way that they thought. Sarge is doing his jig dance, saying they're deporting all these people. But at the end of the day, I said, if you just give them a path to citizenship and tax them for the services that they're using, it is far less expensive than deporting them. You right now are spending more to deport these people than they would have taken out of the system. It's costing you more. It's a zero-sum game. There's no gain in that. It's costing you money to deport them. To what end?
That is crazy.
And you're not getting no tax money. And you're not getting any tax money. It was like, well, they were getting benefits. No, they were not getting benefits. And I know in California.
And even if black people went in the field, right, you're going to have to pay them way more than you pay the migrant workers that come over here. They're going to need benefits. They're going to need medical coverage. I mean, it's just silly. They shot themselves in the foot.
But Tyrone, they upped it to $11. They wasn't even paying the migrants that. They knew they had to pay a little bit more. They was like, I'm not taking them jobs. And like in California, it was announced that the mayor was going to be giving out money, like a couple $100 debit cards, like Visa cards, for the undocumented.
Yeah.
And this is something new. And you had the FBAs, and then people was like, see, look how they did. Look how the mayor of Los Angeles is giving them this again. No, the mayor of Los Angeles isn't giving them anything. That's money that was donated from philanthropists. Donated.
Well, see, that's bullshit. If they want people to work in the field, they're gonna have to start out at $20 an hour. That's where they're gonna have to start. And even then, you're not gonna get nobody working for $20 an hour. You're gonna have to start with $20 an hour, and then say you be on the job for 6 months, you get a damn quarter raise. They're gonna have to have some kind of program to where
and health insurance.
Yeah.
Health insurance.
That's
all of the things, but they can't afford that. They can't afford to pay that.
Who's this on North Carolina Open?
Big J here. I gotta say something. What's going on, y'all? I gotta say this.
Right on, Big J. Right on.
Right. What's going on, Joe? So here's the thing, though. If we're gonna talk about those black jobs, right? The black jobs. Why was y'all cutting down on DEI then? What's up with the DEI then if y'all worried about black jobs? See how that works? You sit there and talk about you want to protect these black jobs, these quote unquote FBA jobs. And, anybody who use the term FBA or ADOS, I'm looking at y'all sideways, by the way. But anyway, I look at people sideways that they use that term FBA. But anyway, if you keep on saying black jobs and then y'all clowning the end of clowning a black woman getting fired from jobs. Under the disguise of DEI, So, and yes, ABC, I understand that. See, this is how ABC is. Now, he's in the chat room saying something stupid, saying white women is black jobs. No, Negro, I want you, the context is Negro, is DEI. Most of them are fired. The DI mostly covers white women. But if you look at the rhetoric behind DEI, the rhetoric, it always points to black women. I'm talking about the rhetoric, Negro. I ain't talking about the rhetoric. The rhetoric. I gotta say this though. This internet, Donald Trump just proved that a lot of black people are dumb.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry. A lot of black men are dumb. If you telling somebody to put it in the proper context, right? He the one, like ABC is in the 60s. He's in the chat room. He can't put things in the proper context. The context is the DEI that was making fun of black women. Even though it's white women getting the brunt of it, but black women getting fired, and these same black women who can't get jobs, they can't get hired anywhere else. They still they're still unemployed. They get having the hard ones. They are the ones who is having a hard time finding jobs after getting laid off. But anyway, that's all I gotta say about that black jobs argument. They want to push, and I'm saying something. The Trump supporters are the most dumbest people on the planet.
Absolutely.
I can't talk to him. And shout out to President Obama pissing off Anton Daniels because he called out the manosphere. I'm glad that happened yesterday.
What he say?
Yeah. He called out the manosphere yesterday on Michelle Obama's podcast. That was yesterday morning.
Wait a minute. Stop the presses. Michelle Obama got a podcast?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord, I got to go find that. Okay, thank you. But he called him out.
Yeah. Can I just converse with Big J for a second? Big J, man, look, guys like ABC don't really have an understanding of what's going on. They're emotionally reactive and they're aggressive in their ignorance. Just like you said, white farmers, so what? Well, white farmers vote, and it's a very large vote, So if a white voting bloc that large is complaining, then that means that change is on the wind. And so again,
exactly.
You have to be able to decipher and discern. But what we see consistently, ABC, you use the term discernment, but you display a sincere lack of it. So, as I said in the chat room, he plans on reviewing Sinners Saturday. Maybe tune in, Big J, because he's going to review another movie he never saw. And that's always a nice event, when a guy, reviews a movie that he never watched. So I'll be looking forward to that comedy show.
Right. Yeah. And Michelle, she put it into that rumor, but her Brock getting a divorce and all that. So
No, I mean, you know how people is. They gonna start stuff like that. Yeah, so I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna subscribe to her. Y'all go subscribe to Michelle Obama, Sergeant ABC. That means you too. Maybe y'all learn something. That's an intelligent family. I don't care what people say about them and disagree with their politics. Those people are intelligent, and those are the type of folks people need to listen to.
Yeah. Hey, Tyrone.
You didn't know she had a podcast? I'm surprised.
I did not. I thought they was in the cut, not doing a whole lot.
Yeah, Tyrone been flying his drone, man. We didn't think about that. So Tyrone, man, how come you didn't mention Trump stealing that cipher medal?
Doing what?
Oh yeah, I forgot that medal.
I didn't hear what you said.
He stole a cipher medal, a soccer medal.
He stole a what? I didn't understand what you said.
The trophy and the medal.
Oh, that FIFA trophy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that was a big old clusterfuck where he stood up there on that stage and took the glory from those guys, man. But it looked like the person that gave him that trophy. That person that gave him that trophy is a Trump bootlegger. That's how he wound up with that trophy, man. So I don't know. Politics is all over the damn place. And I got to give Donald Trump credit. He is very good at doing what the fuck he does, which is, getting people on his side and getting support. I don't know what the strategy is, but he's good at that shit. It ain't no good for nobody, but he's good at doing it, He's getting good. He's good at getting support, whether it's through threats or whatever, intimidation. He gets the support that he wants, I mean, hell, he got a whole goddamn Supreme Court in his fucking pocket. He got judges in his pocket. He got the whole fucking Congress in his damn pocket. So I mean, he's good. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie. It's sad though.
Y'all covered JD Vance running at Disney in that argument they had at that Washington D.C. restaurant with his wife. Now y'all covered that already.
I didn't hear about that.
No, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, he was yelling at his wife at the restaurant, carrying on a commotion. So, yeah, him not defending his wife against those racist Trump supporters because she's she ain't white.
No, that sounds about right. It sounds about right and about true. I hadn't heard about that.
Oh, there's a little video there. I don't know what it's saying, but I'll play it for the YouTube folks. I see him running, and you say he's defending his wife.
No, he wasn't defending his wife. When a man when somebody attack your wife, a man supposed to stand up for his wife, right? He wasn't. He didn't have all that smoke. He didn't have that smoke for him. So I'm just saying.
Let me see why.
Well, I mean, they should have expected. I don't know what the hell. MAGA, that just shows you that MAGA dumb. If they was really trying to make this a white nation, they seen that JD wife had an Indian wife. There ain't nothing wrong with that. But now they look like they full of shit because they allowed JD Vance and they live. Does he wear fucking eye makeup? I can see eye makeup this far away. Is that eyeshadow?
It looks like
yeah. It looks like it, yeah.
You need to ask ABC. He's the expert on transvestite story hour. He could tell you.
But yeah, y'all, I don't know what the outcome of this damn country is going to be, but I think we headed down a terrible road. When you allow the Attorney General and Congress and the senators to just lie blatantly about every damn thing, and this Epstein situation is exposing all of those people. It really is. You can see that they will lie to their constituents because they know good and damn well that there ain't no other way to put it. People would call me out when I called SARS dumb or ABC dumb or MAGA dumb or them stupid. That's what the fuck they are. Those people are stupid. They don't their brain doesn't work right. It don't process information right. Those people are so stupid. They're allowing damn Donald Trump to destroy this country, destroy their livelihood, take away their fucking benefits, and just kill them. They're allowing, and this is sad to say, those people in Texas that got hit by that flood voted for their children to get murdered because I think it could have been prevented. I think it could have been prevented with FEMA in place and the weather notification system in place. I really think that and they still looking for people. So those people in Texas is so damn dumb. And then what we found out last week is that same area turned down financing from the Biden administration to help with the systems that kill those kids, man. These people are dumb. They just dumb.
Well, a lot of black people got killed down there.
In that flood?
For the down, that same flood, yeah. Wow. Black people got killed in that too, yeah. But now about that flood now on the Guadalupe River, right? So 2 days before the flood occurred, I forgot what they called. I did a live stream on it and I showed y'all I showed documents. They went down there 2 days before the flood and checked out, the safety concerns and all that. I mean, and then they okayed it, or it's something to that effect, and then they did not put up those alarms up. Then though, on top of that, you got an idiot by the name of Charlie Kirk blaming the fire chief of Austin, Texas for DEI.
I seen that.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there like, you a dumbass. Austin is 110 miles away from Hunt, Texas, and also the camp itself, and where all the flooding was at. He's 2 free counties over.
Yeah, but they do shit like that so they won't blame Donald Trump. That whole problem was Donald Trump and Christine Nomes. It was their whole issue because they defunded those people, they fired people, and they didn't have the people in place to respond to a situation like that. Because even though it was bad and some people probably would have got hurt, if the system was in place, then everything would have kicked off like it normally do, warning people ahead of time, trying to get people out of there. They probably would have saved a whole lot of lives if the system was in place. But, they fired the motherfuckers. Ain't nobody there to warn people. And that's what's got me worried this hurricane season about being in Myrtle Beach. Y'all know I've been down here every hurricane season. And y'all get on here, Tyrone, you all right? Tyrone, you all right? I say, yeah, I'm all right. But that's because I'm paying attention to the weather and I'm paying attention to these reports. But this hurricane season, I can't have no confidence that I'm going to get the right information. I just don't know. That's bullshit.
And Tyrone, I'm gonna add this on to it, right? I want you to know something. When all those migrants was having that little riot out there in California, right? In LA, right? Who sent their National Guards to California to help out ICE? Oh, that was let me see, Iowa, huh?
But go ahead, California.
Yeah. Everybody was sending their little, all the little governors and all their little National Guard to California to help out ICE and all that, right? I ain't seen. Now I'm nearby. I ain't close, but it's about a 2-hour drive to get to where the flood's at, right? I ain't not seen not one Iowa National Guard. I ain't seen not one Florida National Guard. I ain't seen not one goddamn Arkansas or Oklahoma National Guard down here among the Guadalupe River trying to search for those 300 people.
That's crazy.
But yeah, I want y'all to notice that. Then though, this is something ABC should be talking about, because ABC is in the same goddamn state I am in, right? And here's also another thing. How come a Mexican rescue squad showed up? How come the president of Mexico sent a rescue squad over here and saved some people down here already during the flood?
But she didn't have to do that. But I'm glad that she did, and that's what the hell we supposed to do. We supposed to help each other out,
And the governor didn't thank them either. The governor didn't even thank them.
Right. Not even thank you. But you let these idiots want to, get online and just say anything without no facts. They're full of emotions. It's not about facts. It's just emotion and fear. That's all.
But they said now it's 135 dead and more than 100 people still missing. 2 weeks later, that's some bullshit. Jesus Christ.
No, I'm gonna tell you, yes. They're telling you that on the news, but it's more like 300 dead.
Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. See, this country should be acting a little bit different about this thing, because that is fucking that's a disaster. That is fucked up. You said 300 people dead?
Yeah.
And
if you add up all the numbers of the dead, the ones who were declared dead, and look at the people who are missing,
Yeah.
It's well over to 200. But I think it's about 300 or dead.
So let me ask you this. You think
So
they can't? You think they can't find them bodies because the water level's still high, or they just probably washed out? Washed down the river somewhere.
Well, because because all that mud and the landslide, all of that, yeah, and then plus on top of that, around that area is not just a camp, right? There are RV places. That's why I'm saying though it's more like 300 because there are RV people who are transit. People, the RV state, where the RV camps at. Yeah. They're surrounding that area. So a lot of those people got swept up too. People who are on vacations, they got swept up too. So you got people coming out of state. We don't, if you out of state, they don't know who you are.
Yeah, I ain't think about the mud. Right. So basically, that they'll be buried, and those people are going to be hard to find. That could take a while for them to locate them bodies.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Wow.
So,
that's who you voted for, Sarge. You voted for this incompetent piece of shit. Jesus Christ. Christine Nome. Why the fuck is America putting up with this? We need to start impeachment hearings now. Get rid of all of them motherfuckers.
Hey, let me ask you a question.
Since Trump's mental is showing signs of mental fatigue, I'm gonna put it like that. I think that it's time for Amendment 2025 to be used.
Oh yeah, it's been time for the 25th Amendment in my opinion.
Amendment 25 needs to be used. You don't have to impeach him. Just take away his authority. You take it away from him.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question, Tyrone. Same thing with you, Alicia, and Big J. Do you feel safer now than you did when Biden was in office?
Hell no. Hell no.
Nope.
This country is at risk. Our military has been weakened. The threat internationally from China and Russia and other countries, they feel emboldened because of this incompetence of this motherfucker. Our military leaders have been put down, and he calls our generals pussies. I mean, I feel more of a threat now than I did on the any other administration, man. And hopefully the other militaries in the world don't try to take advantage of that, because I think that we're really weak right now.
Well,
yeah. How about you, Alicia, Big J?
Lisa, go ahead. Go ahead, Lisa.
No, I don't feel safer. I felt safer even with Biden and his cognitive decline. I felt safe under George Bush because he had he wasn't he's not the smartest, but at least he had a lot of war hawks and a lot of things they had going on. But he had at least competent people who knew how things work. So no, hell no. No.
I hate to tell Sarge in the chat room. Sarge says, now convince J.D. Vance and 2/3 of Trump's cabinet to invoke Amendment 25. Yes, Sarge, that's Section 2. But you got to read Section 3. The Senate and the House can do it too. Ain't just the cabinet can make a decision. The Senate and the House can make a decision too. I'm just saying, you don't have to impeach him, take away his shit, But anyway, but back to the whole damn thing about. I'm gonna try to be careful on what I'm about to say. Why we're not safe. I think there's a certain Middle Eastern country that we give money to. That leader over there. He's the one trying to make America fight their wars. I ain't gonna say no names. I think we know who he is. Cause I'm watching his corruption trial, and they keep on delaying it every time they want to bomb somebody. Like they tried to bomb Iran when he said, I'm sick. I'm gonna get on an airplane, go to Greece while I'm bombing Iran. Now though he's bombing Syria right after Trump made a deal, a financial deal with not Iran, with the Syrians, with Syria. So what he's doing, he's trying to make America fight Syria and all these other Arab nations. So because he got Trump's balls in his hand, we are quote unquote the bitches of that country over there. Now I'm being careful. I know I'm being careful because I don't want to be called anti-Semitic but I'm seeing it for what it is. This and I'm scared though because the evangelical community, these trailer park trash, and the manosphere, they all been emboldened. And they need to be stopped. The evangelical community needs to be stopped.
Big J, real quick. Real quick. Quick question.
Go ahead.
What's happening? Big OC.
Long time.
Are there black pastors that are evangelical? And if
Yeah.
they are, do they align with the white evangelicals?
Some of them do. Like E.W. Jackson from Virginia. What's that other one? I can't stand E.W. Jackson. I really can't stand black pastors anyway. I got a problem with them. For the most part. And that's some other issue. I ain't gonna, that's for a whole other issue. But yeah, I mean there are some. The Southern Baptist Convention folks. I see them as I see the evangelical community as a threat. Along with the manosphere, along with these these trailer park trash Trump supporters. It's not the rich Trump supporters I have a problem with. It's those them trailer park trash ones. The ones that always wear the MAGA hats and looking all filthy at 30. So yeah.
Well, how about you, Big OC? Do you feel safe now?
Hold on real quick, Joe.
All right, hold on. Yeah, I was going to say something, but Big OC asked a question. I forgot to ask. And this is the hypocrisy of MAGA, right? We don't want money to be given to Ukraine. We didn't want to fight Ukraine's war. Okay. Why is Donald Trump sending the Patriot missile batteries into Ukraine? If y'all said we don't want to be involved, we voted for Trump because we don't want to be involved in foreign wars, then why is Donald Trump sending the Patriot missile system into Ukraine?
Yeah, he done switched his position on that.
Right, and nobody said a word. Nobody said fuck Trump. Trump, you lied. Trump, you betrayed us. They ain't saying a word. That's scary right there.
Hey, Joe.
That was the point, Big Jerry. Yeah.
Hey, Joe, it's not that I don't feel safe. It's that what I feel is there's too many people feel like they got activated to do something. Randoms. You know what I'm saying? So I got my eyes.
Oh, yeah.
I got my eyes now looking out for random motherfuckers now, because I don't know who's who. You know what I'm saying? Because there's all kind of people out here in these California streets, man. Acting all kind of different ways. So I'm just on the lookout to really see, who is who, and just trying to, lay low a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
You think New York is any different? Shoot.
You say what?
You think New York is any different? New York is the same way, bro. You know, this the chaos that's come. The reason why I asked that question is, you know, and to take the politics out of it, even under Bush, there was a certain consistency, and that consistency bred a degree of safety. And so there was a consistency in his policy, like it or not, you know, except for that, you know, Iraq war thing, that WMD thing. But there was a consistency in his policy based on the people he had put in place. And so, you know, under Obama and under Biden. But under Trump, it just seems like chaos is the norm. And like you said, chaos tends to activate chaotic people. And when that happens, anything is possible. You know, so we're living in a world where the things that we took for granted just a few years ago now are out the window, and chaos rules. And that means that, you know, those folks, like you said, that feel like, hey, he's talking to me, and it's okay for me to be crazy as fuck out here because there's not a penalty for it, and it's often celebrated. And so I'm going to do that. And so, you know, it just, you know,
But no, we're not safe, man.
Yeah.
We're not safe at all. I mean, like with Pete Hegseth, after they bombed Iran, everybody went out there and said it was total devastation. They destroyed all 3 of those sites. And then I think it was either yesterday or today it came out and said that one site was completely destroyed and the other 2 can be back up and running in a couple of months. So once they bombed, once they did the mission, they came out and lied to the American people, just like George Bush's mission accomplishment banner. And they telling the people that we did such a good job and we didn't do a good job. So that is dangerous because you got the defense secretary not knowing what the fuck he's doing, going on missions without the advice of his qualified leaders, and just willy-nilly going out there bombing shit, and they lying to the American people about it. That makes us unsafe.
Hey, wait, hold on, Tyrone, hold on. Were there any black people involved with the bombing of Iran? Anything? Do we know?
What do you mean, on the receiving end or on this end?
No, that was involved in any of it. Because if it was DEI then. if they came out and said it was completely obliterated, it must have been a black person that gave the news.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, that'll be their reason. They're gonna blame a black person for something.
Yeah, what I learned is, and what if you pay attention to Trump, I think he understands. If I just say anything, they're gonna go with it.
That's his superpower. That's what I said earlier.
There's people, yes. There's people that hang on his every word, and they want to believe. I don't even think it's want to believe. I just think that some people need content so bad that they're going to go down whatever street they can because there's really no accountability for any of it. You know what I'm saying? We've heard these content creators say racist things and da 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 da, but is there any accountability for it anymore? Because they're growing.
Yep.
So being racist really don't matter no more unless it's reverse racism. Then everybody wants to talk about it. I heard Pierce Morgan call Joy Reid a racist. You know what I'm saying? And it's just because that side will say anything because they feel like both sides are comparable. You know what I'm saying? So it's Sarge is gonna come on here and agree with something that has nothing to do with the issue, just to divert.
Right.
Just to divert the attention off of it, and that's just what the game is for them, because there's no accountability, and at the end of the day, it's almost like a game. It's just like we done so many phone calls on here, talked about politics, and for the most part, you know, there's a side that's trying to look for the truth and try and be truthful. Because I don't believe, you know, it's hard to come on here and really lie about what everybody sees. You know what I'm saying? And like, I don't think anybody's making anything up on Trump. We don't have to. It's all right there. But the problem is there's a side that's refusing to see the truth in front of them, and they're just going to they're going to go with the deflections, and they're going to go with the distractions. to keep from the truth. But at the end of the day, what does it really matter? We just talking shit on the phone, and I just think that's the posture that a lot of these Republicans have. Hey, I'm gonna just go in there and talk shit too, you know, because once again, MAGA's over next year. Next year it's done.
Well, I wouldn't count my damn chickens yet, because what I'm waiting on is to see who is going to take over. I know it's not going to be another Trump. I know it's not going to be another Trump, but I'm looking at maybe somebody else is going to take the damn reins. You know what I mean?
Who?
I don't know who. I don't know. That's why I'm waiting. I don't know.
You see, cause it's hard for J.D. Vance because he grew up in a time
and he got an Indian wife.
He can't use any of the normal Republican tropes. The only reason why Trump could use some of these tropes is because he's 80. You know what I'm saying? He's 80. He's able to go back to the 70s, in the 60s, and invoke something in that group of people.
Yeah.
Somebody who's 40, somebody who's 50, ain't gonna be able to invoke shit in them.
Yeah, I'm hoping that it go away, man. I really do.
Yeah.
So somebody
they got nothing in the chamber.
They can only
got nothing in the
somebody
chamber.
50, Tyrone, can only go back to the 90s to say times were good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They can't go. I don't think there's going to be any more presidents going back to the 70s, the 60s, and 50s trying to invoke fucking anything. That's just done after Trump.
Because most likely, you know, he is the last baby boomer president. So I think it's going to be, you know, the Xers and the millennials at this point. Going forward, and Vance is around my age, so therefore he's in a good position to take it. But I don't think though he's not gonna have that same following that Trump got. You know, he's not gonna have the old white conservative, the good old days when women couldn't have their own bank account type of shit. You know, like Vance can't take that shit back. You know,
see, Donald Trump
and OC's right about that.
Well, Donald Trump was still controlling policy even though he wasn't the president for 4 years. Joe Biden couldn't do nothing because Donald Trump was sitting in Mar-a-Lago barking orders. So even after this term right here, even though he's gonna be old as shit, Donald Trump gonna still be trying to damn tell people what to do.
That, if you look at Trump, that skin starting to get thin, them spots popping out.
Yeah, you're right. And I don't think Donald Trump Jr. or none of his children, I don't think that they can step up into that damn. I don't think.
Nah, they ain't got it. They ain't got it.
Yeah, because
they tried the last 4 years to pump them up, but it didn't work. They had 4 years to try to place them, but it just didn't work.
Now I'm gonna say this: the Democrats does need to get rid of them old niggas out of there.
Yeah, that's a fact. That is a fact.
Yeah,
I like the Democrats, but these old people, they need to go. They really do.
Yeah, Clyburn especially. Get rid of Jim Clyburn. Get rid of Maxine Waters out of there. Get rid of I forgot the other guy, the one out of Alabama, Mississippi. Get them out of there.
Get rid of Schumer.
Yeah, get rid of Schumer.
All of them niggas.
Yeah, they need to go. Yeah. They did good now. Yeah, I appreciate y'all what y'all did, but damn it,
you need to. I'm sorry. We need to get rid of Hakeem Jeffries. Woo! He done took too much tax money. Sorry. He done took that man. That took well over $1 million from AIPAC. He got to go to.
Keith Jeffries is like a TV Obama. He's like TV Obama, and all he does is rimming and rhyming and saying a lot of shit, and it ain't meaningful. Like, bro, what you doing? I mean,
yeah, but see, Big J, what happens is, I think the Democrats are trying to play a similar game as a Republican, right? What did Donald Trump do? What he's giving you in his cabinet is all TV people.
Right.
Everyone that you see up there talking all the time are people that your eyes have seen all the time. So Trump's psychology is, I'm gonna give you some people that have been giving you the news, people that I believe that you believe what they say, and I'm gonna put them up there. They ain't got no experience to really do what they're doing, but they know how to speak and they know how to stick to the story.
Yeah.
And invoke certain things out of the audience. And that's what Trump did. And I believe the Democrats are trying to do something similar with AOC, with Jasmine Crockett, with Hakeem Jeffries. They're trying to get people more TV time and get more people to, attract, to that, group of Republicans. I mean,
well, see, that's the problem there, is that they're trying to attract Republicans. Now, the Republicans, they said fuck the Democrats. They didn't pander toward the Democrat. They didn't take up none of the Democrat agenda. They didn't take up none of the Democrat issues. The Democrats should not be trying to pull people from the other side. They should try to motivate whoever has got a Democrat mind and get them to the damn polls. This whole reaching across the aisle, trying to convert people, that shit don't work.
But Tyrone, who converted all the new niggas?
Well, they didn't reach across the aisle to do it. They didn't reach across the aisle to do it. They just fell. Listen, they just fell. They just fell for that red pill.
Willingly?
They fell for that red pill message. They didn't come over here and promise the Democrat shit.
Yeah. Like the new niggas.
What were the red hat wearing niggas promised?
They won't promise. They won't. They just love the whole talking points of the red pill mentality, the masculinity, and the woman need to be in their place and shit.
Listen, when you say masculinity, right? I look at Trump and I say, did this nigga go serve? No, I don't see it then.
No, they're not masculine, but they had a masculinity message.
I don't see it.
They had the masculinity message about, pandering to men and shit. That's the message that they had.
But
right.
So niggas
was that in America first?
Then. So black people did what they do on the blue side. They went and did on the red side. They fell for words.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, because the new niggas is on this. The new niggas that that LC calling them, right? They on this, masculinity, is under threat because of the black woman. And since Joe Biden did that whole, I'm gonna make a black woman my VP, that's where some of that shit started. When Biden said, I'm gonna select a black woman for my VP. So when that happened, and then after the election, when they put out there, and Lisa can sit and test this. Lisa was talking about this about a few months ago about it. When they sit there and thank black women, they took that and ran with that. They took it and ran with They took it and ran with it. The red spaces. That's why you got Anton Daniels, and now though they dug up this new Kevin Samuels person. There's a new Kevin Samuels on the block.
and you know they
getting fans quick.
And know they didn't pander to black people because they wasn't showing up in black churches. They didn't have black pastors out there. None of that shit like they normally do. Donald Trump showed up in a black church one time. And he said, what you got to lose? But that was it. No more black churches for Donald Trump. That was it. So
the thing is, for Big J, because Big J, you remember the night when he won the election. When they finally gave him, they called the election, and it was his. And when they did he did his speech to the people about being with, and he said, and you know what? We've got to get a round of applause to black women. Black women did this thing. They helped us with this. I said, that's all good to hear. But he done put a target on all that.
That turns off black men.
He put a target on our backs. Turned off black men. Instead of them saying, yay, look at what the women in our community did. No, and white people too, it put them target on our backs too.
Yeah.
So yes, absolutely. Because I said this a long time ago.
I would suggest Big J taking a look at this guy, Mamdani, that's running for mayor here in New York, because he put together a very multi-ethnic coalition, and he's kicking ass on the Democrat side. Now, look, I don't agree with everything with the guy, but he has enough of a pure populist platform, and Sarge talking about Sharia law, whatever, Sarge screams about,
Sharia law is not
the
going to
old
happen.
world. Yeah, the old world. But this guy is more in the vein of Huey Long. He's a pure populist, and he's looking to be the next mayor. He's leading everybody in the polls, and so it's going to be interesting to see because he's the up and coming generation.
Yeah, but he's not going to go anywhere beyond mayor of New York. He can't because he's born in Uganda, so he's not going anywhere. But what I think with him with Madani, if he wins New York, that giving nothing but AOC the AOC the gas to run for president, because they already kicked her ass out of they kicked her and Jasmine Crockett out of the committee, what you call it, committee leadership. So they kicked them out. I'm talking about the Democrats. So they're going to try. Right. So if Madani wins, huh?
No, I'm agreeing with you, Dave.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. If or when Madani wins, AOC is going to run because she's going to take that gas the gas for him winning, and she's going to run. And I
agree with you.
But I keep on telling people this though, right? It's going to be her and Harris going at it. They're going to bloody themselves up in the Democratic primary, and I'm going to tell you who I think is going to be the candidate in 28, and it's going to be a white man.
Oh yeah,
and yeah, it's going to be a white man because no, oh hell no.
You said no to Newsom? I think Newsom.
No.
Oh man, that's fucked up.
No. It won't be Newsom. Andy Bashir. It's gonna be Andy Bashir because Andy Bashir is from where? The South. They need a Southerner. They need a Southerner and a Midwestern. They don't need nobody from the East Coast or the West Coast, huh?
Yeah, that guy Will Cannon is interesting too.
Who?
I don't like Will Connor. I don't like him.
Yeah, Will Connor.
There's just something about him.
Man, y'all just.
No,
I thought Newsom was in the running, man. But I get what you're saying about a white man from the South. That kind of makes sense.
Yeah, because you're going to have to need a white man. And I know it sounds bad saying it, but you're going to have to need a straight white man. It's not going to be no Buttigieg. I don't know why everybody want to put Buttigieg. Buttigieg is gay. Sorry, that's not happening. All right, and then like I already found it offensive when him and his husband were sitting holding a baby on a hospital bed as if they gave birth. I find it highly offensive to women. But anyway, it's gonna be Andy Bashir.
That's his content, Jay. His content.
Well, yeah, I like Buttigieg, but the gay thing is gonna kick him in the butt. You're right.
Right. So
you don't like Shapiro though, Jay?
What?
No,
you don't like Shapiro?
Did y'all say booty juice? Am I hearing that correctly?
It's a good time for the
booty
Jews right
juice?
now.
No, his name is Pete. His name is Pete Buttigieg, but you can call him Booty Juice.
Shapiro. Y'all not even looking at Shapiro? I mean,
no, not even Shapiro. I'm saying it's not going to be nobody from the West Coast or the East Coast. It's going to be somebody from the South or somebody from the Midwest.
What about the guy that y'all had down there one time? What was that guy name that lost to y'all? The guy that lost to y'all governor.
Tim Walsh.
Beto?
Tim Walsh?
Hell no.
Yeah, Beto
Hell no
O'Rourke.
to Beto.
Oh yeah, what happened?
No, hell no. I'm a Beto. No, I
What about
actually
Walsh?
think Walsh. No, I say no to Walsh because Walsh is old. They need somebody, you know, who's not radio active. Somebody who's not as terribly as liberal, so all these stupid conservatives will pop off. You know, no, you need a Southerner. You need a white Southern male to run in 28.
Yeah.
And I'm saying
I still think not Beto, but Newsom would be the damn best choice. But I mean, the way this country think, you on point about, you know, who they probably will choose.
Well, I can't see myself voting for Newsom. I can't see myself voting for Newsom because I'm looking at how California has been fucked up. You know,
how you figure?
California has been fucked up for years. You know,
based on what?
No, man, California ain't screwed up, Big J. Listen, California got the biggest economy in this damn country, and that man is fucking managing that shit, man. There's gonna be a lot of damn issues because of how big it is.
Okay. Then how come though there are a lot of people coming from California moving into Texas then?
I don't know.
And how come a lot of business moving to Texas and Florida then?
Well, it might have something to do with the damn right wing rhetoric about, you know, left liberal versus fucking red state, and you know you got a lot of white people. No.
If that's the case, then those people are Democrats though. So you can't. Say what?
I really think Newsom.
Tyrone, listen. Tyrone, what you're finding is families. You're finding families moving to Texas, and it's for a cheap home.
Oh, cheaper homes.
It's all about the home. That's it. You think people that have been living out in Cali their whole life want to leave these beaches? I can get to the snow, the desert, the beach, all within an hour from me.
Well, you got a point, because they do say prices is high out there.
To live here.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, Tyrone, a three bedroom apartment, 2 bath, right now gonna run you about $3,300
for rent,
depending on where you at for rent. And
what is that, like regular, 1,600, 2,000 square feet, something like that?
No, that's like 1,200 square feet.
Oh my goodness, that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Yeah, so that may be. Who's it? Wait a minute, who's this unknown caller?
It's Miss Lady. Hello.
Hey, Miss Lady, how you doing?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
hey,
it's the real estate. Nobody wants to leave California. And maybe some right-wing extremists might want to, but they leave because of it's very congested in the big cities. A lot of traffic. The high cost of housing. If you rent or buying is impossible unless you have a big, huge down payment and you're making big money. You don't have to pay the mortgage. And then everything else is so expensive. So you add on top of all of that, they're getting up out of here to go to Texas. They go, black folks have moved to Atlanta or the surrounding areas in Atlanta. They moved to North Carolina. They got
Arizona.
Yeah, Arizona. You're right. Arizona.
My mom going to Vegas, outside of Las Vegas, more.
A lot moved to Vegas. And it was because they could afford a house, and it's much less expensive. Vegas doesn't have state taxes either. I don't know about Texas, but some are moving to Florida. I had a cousin who moved to Florida because he got a condo, a 3-bedroom condo years ago for $150,000. So you couldn't get that out here.
No.
Well, California has the same thing that's going on in New York. I always say to people, they ask me, what's New York's biggest export? And I say New Yorkers. That's the biggest export they have. They send New Yorkers go everywhere. Virginia, D.C., the Maryland area, North Carolina, South Carolina. So, these states, like you said, families need space. And growing up in an apartment, with a family is not exactly the best thing going. However, that doesn't change the fact that there are still a constant flow of people that are coming here, young single people that are still flowing here for whatever the city has to offer. And the same thing with California. There's a constant flow of people still coming to LA, constant flow of people still going to fish shows, because
You
of what
kind
those
of sound
cities have to
muffled,
offer.
Joe. You sounded muffled.
Cheap ass earpiece.
Yeah, some
I got the
people moved
Obama
out and they
earpiece.
want to move back, but they can't afford to move back. And some people that can afford to, they come back too.
Hey, you got to come to, when people say California, you got to come here and see how much motherfucking housing that they're building. They wouldn't be building all this housing, and once it's built, that shit is full.
What'd you
People are trying to
say?
get out here. I said they're building so much housing still out here. It's just not necessarily houses. It's more condos and apartments that's just blowing up everywhere.
They sure are
I'm in
putting
Orange
those up.
County. I'm in Orange County, so they building crazy in Irvine. They still build it in Tustin, Orange. So people still coming, people still looking for space out here. And then, I will say too, it's a lot of foreigners. There's a
Sure
lot of
are.
foreigners out here.
Ooh, it's a lot of
There's a lot
Asians.
of foreigners.
A
Oh,
lot of
yeah.
Asians. A lot of Asians. Indians, Chinese, there's some Koreans.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them.
Yes, for sure. It's a lot of them. But what people
And they're
don't know
buying,
is
because
either,
they had those IT jobs and those professional jobs. They were the ones buying those condos. And young white folks, that are married, young white couples. Or if you're single, they might get a 1-bedroom condo. 1 bedroom,
what a
1
lot of people
bathroom.
don't
It's still
know
going
is
to be expensive.
a lot of these immigrants out here, these Asians and Indians, they be on Section 8.
Well, I
While
think
they,
they're deporting
come
some
up.
of them too now. It's not
Oh,
really
yeah?
been broadcast. That's what they've been supporting some of those people too. Not like the Hispanics, because they're easy target, but they've been deported some of those people too that overstayed
They
their
deport some of the
visas.
Indian people?
Yeah, remember when they had them up in the hotel in Panama and they were looking out the window about 4 months ago with signs saying help?
Well, Vivek Ramaswamy need to watch out. They're going to get rid of his ass.
Yeah,
Ooh, they
that's
were
another
tearing
thing,
him
too.
up on social media, they said.
Yeah, he was getting killed.
He was
Him and
like,
his
go
little
back to
family and stuff.
India.
Every time he needs to stop posting pictures of his family. He should sue him to do that because the MAGAs are giving him a fit. They're deporting the Asians too.
Well, they loved him long as he was on Fox News talking shit about black people. But now he's seeing that this is a racist ass damn country, and it's gonna always be a racist ass country. He ain't no different just because he got an education or rich or whatever the fuck. They don't care.
He knows it's racist. He's a smart man. He was just trying to play the game and get in the good graces of the Donald Trump and his folks.
Well, they used him.
But
They used him for what they used him for. He was on Fox News talking shit about black people, promoting Trump and the
Well,
Republicans.
people, I mean, hey,
He done been used
black
up.
people do the same thing.
Yeah,
I mean,
but I find it mighty interesting about Pakistan and Indian politicians. I watch British politics, Canadian politics, American politics. Every time there is an Indian in the ranks, they do the same shit. Rishi Sunak, who was Prime Minister, Great Britain, the very first non-white Prime Minister, right? He did exactly the same shit Sunak did. Exactly the same shit. What's his name? Jim Mahal. What's his name? Who was a governor of Louisiana at the point?
Yeah.
They do exactly the same
I
thing.
forgot
I'm sitting
about
like,
him.
wow.
Well, didn't he jump on the right wing bandwagon?
And Nikki Haley.
Yeah.
I forgot about the governor of Louisiana. They tore his ass up.
Right. They do exactly the same thing. I mean, on both sides of the Atlantic, I noticed it. When Sunak became Prime Minister of Great Britain, he did exactly the same shit. Oh well, I'm part of the group. I'm part of the team. No, you're not. They got rid of your ass. They were planning to get rid of your ass when you first got in there.
Yeah, where Nikki Haley at now?
Those people.
Where Nikki Haley at?
People. They'll be their lapdogs, but they'll never be part of the team.
Where Nikki Haley at? Laura Ingraham said Nikki Haley be worshiping rats.
Be what?
That's an Indian Indian custom or some shit. They do something with rats over there. You know.
Right? Yeah. When Laura Ingraham said that shit. When Ann Coulter said.
No, it was Ann Coulter. That's who I meant. Ann Coulter.
Yeah, when Ann Coulter went up to Sunak and told Sunak, well, we're like, you not American. Knowing the fact though he was born here. You know, I mean, I'm sitting there scratching my head like,
well,
I wanted all these politicians to even understand what's going, how the world feels about it.
Let me see if this is that.
That's a signal. What she means is you're not a white American.
Let me see if this is that audio with Ann Coulter.
They get it. They know what she's talking about.
Let me see if this is that audio with Ann Coulter talking about Nikki Haley.
Okay.
Take it from me, the first minority female governor in history. America is not a racist country.
Here, hold 'em beer.
She's just a preposterous creature. But her candidacy did remind me that I need to immigrate to India so I can demand they start taking down parts of their history.
Well, you are a good.
What's with the worshiping of the cows? They're all starving over there, and they're worshiping cows. Do you know they have a rat temple where they worship rats? Hey, baby cake, why don't you go back to your own country and reconsider that history? How about Gandhi's behavior with little girls? Can we review that?
Wait a minute.
As you may know, I am referring to Nikki Haley, child of immigrants, governor of South Carolina, who immediately, after some psychopath does the mass shooting at the church, hideous. Oh, what will I do? Let's take down the Confederate flag from the South Carolina Capitol. As you know, Mark Simone, I am descended from Union soldiers. It's my history. This is my country, lady. I'm not an American Indian, and I don't like them taking down all the monuments. Well, I consider them monuments and admirable facts about Indians. I really hate that liberals have moved Indians into being, oh, we're victims. Why do you think we name football teams after American Indians? Because they were courageous, they were tough. It's out of admiration. That's why so many Americans like Elizabeth Warren lie and claim to be Indians. But even though I'm not an American Indian, I respect them. I respect the history. It is part of my country's history.
America is not a racist country.
And then this is her talking about Vivek Ramaswamy.
You are so bright and articulate, and I guess I can call you articulate since you're not an American black. Can't say that about them. That's derogatory. And that was a great opening segment. Lots of things to talk about there. Oh, and I agreed with many things you said during, in fact, probably more than most other candidates when you were running for president. But I still would not have voted for you because you're an Indian. We'll get back to that.
See, they don't want them motherfuckers. Them Indian people are confused. They do not want them. They want them to fight for them and call out black people, but you ain't finna lead them. They call your ass out. And they got rid of Vivek Ramaswamy pretty quick. They put him in the Doge office along with Elon Musk, and then the next thing you know, that motherfucker was gone. because the Vivek Ramaswamy got on social media and told white people that, you're just mediocre. We need people with talent to come over here and work in these damn Silicon Valley and shit. And white people didn't take that too damn kind. They got rid of his ass.
And we haven't heard nothing from him since, have we?
Well, actually,
they say he's getting beat up on
he's
social
running for
media.
governor for Ohio. He's running for governor for Ohio right now.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Are there a lot of Indians in Ohio?
Yeah. But yeah, I just noticed it is a pattern among Indian, Indian American or Western Indian, politicians. They do exactly the same thing, and I'm just shaking my head like, what's the origins of all this? Is it because they're trying to, because they dark skinned, so are they trying to get with the white people, or they're trying to be more conservative to be white, or
yeah, but they want to be part of the club. They with the rich, white, privileged, ruling class.
Yep. And they want to prove that they're as far away from black as possible. They don't want to be associated with us at all.
Well, Gandhi was the same way, so that's the shit. Gandhi was the same way.
Yeah.
Oh. Oof.
Yeah, he was racist, and about them little girls, I heard about that too. But I think he changed later in life. I think
he said he changed later in life, but he was something else. He said he changed later in life, but he wasn't no better than a lot of them.
I remember all those white folks was running over to India to do all that yoga with the yogis and meditate and all that
Niggas over
stuff.
there trying to do that Kama Sutra. They were trying to do that Kama Sutra.
With the chakras.
Is that what that was? Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I remember that Kama Sutra thing. That was real big at one time. And chakras and stuff. Yeah, it's really sad. It's just the same thing over and over and over.
Miss Lady, do you think that Epstein?
Him.
Do you think the Epstein conversation gonna bring Trump down, Miss Lady?
I have no idea. I know the MAGAs is mad, but they don't have any real power, do they? He's already in office.
Well, the power that they have is that they don't have to vote for their down ballot officials. You see what I'm saying? If they get mad with them Republicans, then they can vote them out, but they can't do nothing to Trump.
Right. So I don't know. I have no idea. But did you see Trump, the picture of his legs, his ankles?
Yeah, then Caroline Levitt came out with that bullshit excuse about his medical conditions. I don't believe a word of it. I believe that man is sicker than what they putting on.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
For Donald Trump. Hey Tyrone, did you see that full video of the Cuban lady singing that song?
What, the Donald Trump song?
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen it.
The full video?
Well, they got a video that they done, but then they got one where she was at a rally.
Oh, you didn't see the one where they was on a boat?
Oh yeah, I seen that.
Oh my God, I will vote. I will vote for Donald Trump. Oh my God.
These people, man, they were jamming now. I got to give it to them.
Hey, listen, I've been playing that in my neighborhood, right? I've been playing that shit loud.
Wow.
All the Mexicans be looking over. All the Mexicans be looking. I'll be like, hey, I just throw my hand up like, fuck, hey, what the fuck? What you want me to do? You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, I didn't write this shit. You know?
But there is one. I don't know, Tyrone. I don't know if you covered this, but man, your girl Candace Owens.
What happened to Candace Owens?
Oh man, she she having a rough week. She having a rough week. First it was her debating Princella.
Now I seen a clip
that
of
was
that,
one-
and Princella, you handed that girl her ass. So
Right.
I'm proud of her.
Oh, man, Princella. I talked to her once. I talked to Princella once. She ain't somebody nice. Huh?
Black G.I. Jane.
Yeah. The black G.I. Jane. She wears military outfit. She said niggas ain't shit. Blah blah. Yeah, man. She ain't playing. Then though, she ran into Nick Fuentes.
Oh, she did.
Nick Fuentes went on her show, right? And they was doing their own anti, that can't stand Israel and blah 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 stuff, right? And then though, Nick actually went there. He said, "Wait a minute, but you got 4 mixed breed kids." So they'll come out the survive. Candace kind of brought the whole, we gotta save America, we gotta save Western civilization, blah 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 blah, right? So Nick was like, "Wait a minute, but somehow he was telling her, well, Western means white, right? Quote unquote, right? So he kind of like, well, and Candace kind of went and explained the whole, because Candace just had her 4th child born about 2 months ago. So she said, well, I got, she got a 4th kid. So anyway, the thing was, he got Candace to explain that half of her kids don't look like her, while the rest of them have African features, and the other 2 don't. So he running circles around her ass on that shit. Then he went on his show and cussed Candace out, telling Candace, "You a bitch, you're this, you're that." Blah. I was like, wow.
Well, she deserved every bit of it.
Huh?
She deserved every bit of it.
Man, I was like, damn, Candace, you having a bad week.
Listen,
you having a bad week.
Big J, the problem with Candace Owens is she really thinks she knows white people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know how there's some niggas that come off like they really know white people, like the white people tell her their inner secrets and shit. Like they speak normally around her when she's there. Like I'm not the typical black, so they speak differently to me. And fucking no, they don't. They catch your ass with that little ass ponytail, I promise you they're saying something.
Right.
Yeah, but I give credit where credit is due. Candace know how to make money off of those people, man, and that's what she's been doing. Now I'm not saying that she's faking or whatever the fuck, but I mean, that's what she's been doing. She's been getting paid off of those people, and I don't think that that's going to stop anytime soon, because she's always going to have an audience. Look like.
Because
but long as you don't get no black audience, I don't want black folks, don't get fooled and run over there.
Right.
She really because I ain't heard nothing she ever said about black people that was compelling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nothing.
Well,
she ain't brought no
Gen Z,
new information to the table.
Right. And Gen Z is in the chat room. Said everybody know who Candace was before the grip. Yeah, I knew Candace was when she was on YouTube, when she had a small ass channel. I remember she was, I love Obama, NAACP. I remember when she was on that pro-black bullshit.
Yeah, that didn't make her no money.
Right. It was making her no money. So she in 2015 she switched up. And 10 years ago she switched up. And did on the whole, niggas ain't shit, white people white and vote for Donald Trump. But man, I'm gonna tell it to these blacks. I'm waiting for I think that black conservatives are about to get hurt. I really believe after the midterms are over, I think people like Anton Daniels and people like the Hodge twins and Tyrone Magnus and them. I really think, and Fresh and Fit, I think they are about to get that work. I really believe.
Well, it ain't gonna stop them.
Term,
It is not gonna stop them. There is something about that breed of black people that just don't get it, and they'll continue sucking up the white people no matter how mistreated they be.
Nah, Tyrone, that don't matter. That don't matter because listen, when them niggas are in the circle with other niggas, they act like regular niggas. At the end of the day, they don't necessarily pop none of that dumb shit. See, every now and then you Tommy Sotomayor had to pop it when he was in public because he had to stick to the persona. He talked so much shit, you better pop something. But it ended up always running him into a brick wall where he couldn't take it all the way there. He can only take it all the way there online. You know what I'm saying? And in them dudes that always are sunning motherfuckers and Anton destroys this person. Tommy Sotomayor destroys this person. Only online. Because in a group of niggas, that shit don't work. They become docile at that point because they know half the time they're pussy. And at the end of the day, some niggas don't play that, we just gonna use our words. It's like, nah, nigga, at some point, if you're talking so much, I want to slap your fucking mouth.
Yeah.
So now what we're going to do, you'll become docile at that point. You'll want to call the police at that point.
Yeah.
See, what's happened is it's the rise of the feminine niggas. The rise of the feminine niggas, because I remember when I was a kid, I had the green light in elementary school. If anybody calls you a nigga, you can go ahead and mop them up. I don't know if black people are giving their kids that green light anymore like that.
No,
You know
it's
what I'm
not
saying?
like that no more.
It was wide open for me. My uncles, hey, anybody call you a nigga, go ahead, get to it. I loved it. But it's the rise of the feminine nigga, and the feminine nigga is just gonna want to talk you down and win that way. It's like, nah, nigga, once you done talking, I'm gonna smack you. And then what after that? You're gonna want to call the police. And that's just what I see. Online, them niggas are gonna take it there, but in front of a group of niggas, none of that's gonna happen like that. It's not. And
Well, maybe they see that
I don't
that's
know
all
if
they need to do is have a presence online and not even and avoid getting in, getting in the community.
Mhm.
That's where they get their strength at.
Definitely.
Yeah, because like there was already one black female conservative. She got popped in the mouth. She already got punched. She already got popped in the mouth already. So I'm when I saw that, I said, listen, black conservatives are about to get it. I don't know if they gonna. I don't know. Like they better be ready. Okay, they better be ready because people ain't trying to hear all that shit. People ain't trying to hear all that shit. People ain't trying to hear what Anton got to say. Anton's on that bullshit, huh?
As a black conservative, what do you get?
Right.
What are you getting? Like, I'm a black and all blacks, we all conservative. Yeah, we're conservative because of economics. Economics got us conservative. And that means we conservative with the shit we buy. But that don't mean our politics are conservative. Like, I be trying to tie the two together. Like, what are you being conservative? So you saying that motherfucker in northern Idaho, that white man, you and him, y'all got the same shit in common? Y'all are the same type of conservative? I can't see it. So I'm like, what do y'all get out of being a black conservative? What do you get?
Yeah, but I'm gonna say this. I'm waiting for Tatum to get his head knocked off. I'm waiting for what's his name? Officer Tatum, Brandon Tatum. I'm waiting for his head. Somebody knock his head off his shoulder. It's coming for him because I saw him trying to fight those college students. But you know how they always go on these college campuses trying to debate and shit, and then he try to He trying to buck up on that white boy, the little bit white boy, and that white boy was trying to fight him back. Listen, I'm waiting for them to get knocked on their asses. You know, what's his name? Myron Gaines. It's going to happen to Myron, Brandon Tatum.
Hey, listen.
Anger Man's bit whole ass. You know,
Big J.
They all going to get it. It's coming.
You know, see, black people, listen. We need to go on a campaign of not allowing others to say nigga no more. I believe we really need to do that. Because the more and more I'm watching these people just saying nigga in their rap songs, these Mexicans, it don't sit right with me anymore. I mean, it's not like it ever did, but I'm just seeing it more and more. Like they're just, I don't know if they just amplifying that shit on my algorithm, but I'm just seeing it more and more, and I'm hearing it more and more, and especially from these young ones. And I know it's partially our fault, and something had somebody had said something not too long ago about hip hop music and culture, and they were like, hip hop music, it wasn't affecting the kids that were living in the neighborhood because they were already living that life. It was affecting these suburban kids, the ones that lived outside of the neighborhood that were trying to act like, you know, they were these people based on what this music was saying. And I'm seeing that more and more, and I'm just like, man, I don't like it. I don't like it. And I think all black people need to speak up more, saying, hey, man, we don't want to hear it no more. There's no reason why. We need to talk to our own people, our own artists. Like, y'all need to cut it out. You know what I'm saying? Stop calling everybody a nigga. Because I watch these comedians that call everybody a nigga. Everybody. And I'm like, it's just when I'm watching it, even with the comedians, I'm like, man, this shit's not funny no more. You know what I'm saying? It's not funny anymore. And you can even see how it makes the white people uncomfortable when these black people continuously call them a nigga. You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
I ain't comfortable with it no more. It just don't look good.
I see your point, but I'm not really there on that yet. I'm not really there on that. Maybe because I'm younger than you, I'm not really, I don't know. But oh yeah, I'm gonna say else who also is gonna get it. Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith's gonna get it too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's coming for him. And then though he gonna let Bill O'Reilly try to check him about black culture and black music. I'm like, Nick. Oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say the word. But I'm just like, bruh, you gonna allow this white man to tell you about yourself? So yeah, man, because Diddy did all this because rap music, it tells black people to call teachers out their name and misbehave. I want somebody to go to Bill O'Reilly and say, Bill, you the one who beat up your wife up. You the one who slapped your wife upside the head. So are we gonna blame? I don't know, Mozart, where the fuck he was on? Are we gonna blame exactly? Or are we gonna blame the music that he listened to? The reason why though he roughed up his wife up.
He likes Anita Baker.
Look, guys,
he likes Anita Baker. Bill O'Reilly.
Bill O'Reilly likes Anita Baker. That's a cap.
Big
That's
time
a cap.
Anita
That's
Baker.
a cap. He don't like Anita Baker.
Yes, he do. Yes, he do. Because someone that I watched today, I can think of her name, Karen Hunter, was at Anita Baker concert and said she looked up, Bill O'Reilly was sitting right in front of her, and he was, "Sweet love." He knew all the words. So miss me.
Look at me using
He
them
likes
young
to-
people
he wants
words.
to-
I said that's a cap. Look at
Well,
that. That's a young folk word right there. Y'all know what cap
He
means?
likes Anita Baker.
Yeah.
Well, look,
A lie or not true?
I got to get off here, and I'm gonna open up the lines. And if y'all on YouTube, Y'all can
Q&A
call
session
in.
is over. All
And
participants are
Lisa, and I
unmuted.
appreciate everybody that call in, but I got to go, so I'm gonna holler at y'all.
All right then.
Y'all still on the line though. Y'all can still talk.